Good morning, Azeroth. It is the 18th of December 2024. Grab your morning beverage and welcome to the stream. It's a new patch day with new story, a new zone, a new loot to get. We'll be doing silly voices as we read through quest text and explore all the new goodies on offer. Without further ado, let's get stuck in. Hope you're all doing well today. It's a blustery day here in the UK. Make sure you wrap up warm. Keep yourselves hydrated. You've got this. Okay. Lingering shadows. Continue the story and discover an old familiar face in the darkness. Oh, I got a load of transmog because they retroactively added a load of stuff from alts collecting things. Oh boy. Oh no. It's just going to keep going, isn't it? Check your calendar. Winter Vale, Turbulent Timeways, Plunder Storm and more coming. And of course, the Siren Isle. Answer the call of the Siren Isle. Face old enemies, unravel new mysteries and obtain powerful items. Now, one thing I'm not 100% sure about is I don't know exactly which of the new story quests will be available. Ooh.
Conversation initiated.
Wait, there are more disc fragments? Huh. Interesting. I thought we'd hit the end of that quest. We'll accept that.
Our repair efforts would not be possible without you.
Interesting. I assume none of the others are. No. Hopefully doing stuff in the new area will get us on with that. Okay. Let's check my Great Vault. Knock out the quickly weekly profession stuff. And we'll crack on immediately with the new things.
Work cycle interrupted.
Sarib, a Crite and Iron Claw, that's fine. Not being greedy for null stones. Kayla, yep, I'll do some quick blacksmithing orders. Get them out of the way. When it take me a moment. Patron orders, and we're looking for these two. Can I do that one? Ooh, easy peasy. Lovely. How many do I need? 3. There's 1. That's another 2. Very good. Okay, then I'll do the other one. Sorted.
How may I aid you?
Bags are pretty empty as well. Let's make sure the payout that we open I bob away. Oh no, there's not too much, that's fine. Alright. Great Vault next. Again, I can't see it being an upgrade, and now that we've beaten double question mark Zekfir, that's okay. Just be keeping an eye for transmog more than anything. Ooh. Oh, we can become more spider again. Sure, it's better than the other one. There we go. Rightio then. Also, there is a timer on the other quest. So we have the Isle of Dawn, not Isle of Dawn, the Siren Isle to go explore. At least they have something to let us know
Don't worry about me.
that the Kirin Tor quest is on the way. Good morning, Mac. Hope you're doing well today, bub. So what we're going to start with is we're going to start with Illyria and the other main quest before we do the intro to the Siren Isle. I assume this is the Stale While and Listen we've heard before.
It occurs to me that I never got the chance to properly thank you, champion. Were it not for your efforts, Dalaran could have proven to be an even greater tragedy.
Gets back into the story.
We thought we had lost you, Khadgar. How did
It is the one we've
survive?
heard before, but even so, I had to check.
The Dark Heart was
Oh, hey,
set
Gazlo.
forth not to destroy,
You're just chilling.
but to capture and harness all manner of power. When I felt what it was doing to me, I transmuted
Oh, those Titan
myself into
artifacts.
pure arcane energy.
And allowed yourself to be trapped within the Dark Heart.
Yes, until you freed me.
That was a risky move, trusting me to finish the fight against Xalatath.
Really enjoyed going through the story of the war
I
within.
knew you would do
It's pretty
whatever
good.
it took to defeat her.
Hoping
Just
it
like
continues
all
to
those
ramp
years
up as
ago,
we get through the rest of the
when
patches.
we charged through the dark portal and closed it behind us to save our world. Both then and now, placing my faith in you was never any risk at all.
No.
That transmutation spell, however, that was not without consequences.
Yeah.
You know, Kerdrin keeps saying I should just ride a griffin around. That seems terribly inconvenient, if you ask me. I much prefer this chair.
Could that be because Archmage Modera designed it for you herself?
Why, Ilaria? Whatever are you implying?
Only that you and Terralion are so very alike. Bold in battle, shy in matters of the heart.
And you are still the same old Ilaria, I see.
That I am, Khadgar. Void or no void.
I still wonder if he'll make it through this trilogy of expansions. Kind of managed to get away with it this time, but I can't see it again. And it is really nice rather than just have a question mark of where's this new story content for the Kirin Tor, but to at the very least have a countdown timer is useful. Hello, Gazlo.
You looking for work?
You here to talk to Illyria too? I've got word there's a load of goblins activity down in the Ringing Deeps. I think she's got other things on her mind though. Alright, we'll definitely start with this then. Lingering Shadows.
Stay alert.
When we faced Xalatath's forces in Hallowfall, I sensed something dark just beneath the surface. Something that was not her, but it still troubles me. I've learnt that running into every situation myself is not always the best tactic. Sometimes a leader must stand back to see the field. So I send you. Go to Hallowfall and uncover what you can do about this mysterious force. Don't want to be caught blind again. Very well.
Xalatath has been forced to retreat.
Oh, and voice acting.
She and the
Fantastic for a
Black
.7.
Blood are still out there. Even now it lingers in Hallowfall, long after our last battle. Please investigate it further.
I do appreciate the little voice lines, especially coming off it, because so many people will just hit the accept button and not read it. So for them to give the little quips thereafter to essentially give you the same thing is a necessity. Let's make our way to Hallowfall then. Try and get some of these disc fragments too while we're at it. I'm hoping we get some in the Siren Isle. And I thought, after last time with the disc quest, that would be all she wrote for it. With that Titan Keeper kind of coming to the understanding, or maybe the World Soul is influencing me and I'm divulging all these secrets the Titans absolutely would not want me to do. But for it to still be going is very interesting. Went where she sensed it in Hallowfall. Does that mean it's kind of encroaching upwards? Making its way higher? We'll find out, I suppose. It's just going to be nice to see the Harrenir more than anything. It's like they get a little bit more story to go with. Ah, it's this shady bit in the corner.
Do not lose hope, Anon. They will be safe. I have seen it.
Yes?
There are things that are more important than this mission. We must take care of each other, even if it means leaving some questions unanswered. We've been through too much for what we have achieved.
Farewell.
Seem a little injured. What's going on? I didn't expect to see you here. But then, you always manage to show up where there's something interesting, don't you? There's no time for talk, though. My people have run into trouble.
The world watch over you.
Nice of a mission. I don't know what prompted you to come here, but we could use your help. We came to investigate signs of the black blood in this area. The creatures overwhelmed us. Several of us are still out in the field. You are hale and hearty. Go find my people so they can return. If you have the strength, take a closer look at the strange flowers that grow from the blood that seeps beneath the ground. Let me hold a clue as to how we can fight against this corruption. Very well.
This is not the time for visions, Orwena. Our people need help right now.
And help has arrived. We can still see this through.
Ugh. That's a fancy looking worm. It's not really void colours, is it? It's like a purpley and blue. Rather than that like deep-seated purple and almost like silvery edge. Some of these creatures are stronger than others. When we were able to act together and fresh to the fight, these creatures were no threat. Now our injuries and separation leaves us vulnerable. My people are resilient. We are not immortal. There is one beast larger than all others. The beast is making it difficult for the Harrenir to return and recover. Slay it so they can be safe. Sure.
You lend your song to hers.
We all followed Owenia to these surface caves because we believed in what we were doing. But this did not bargain for so many injuries. So much dogged searching. Well now, just need a little breathing room. So the creatures out there that are harming us, we can get the space to address the real issue.
Roots get you home.
Very well.
stranger.
Let us go get them all.
I need to get closer.
I still have the build I made for Zekfir, but other than a little less AoE, I imagine that'll be fine. This bit was always here, right? I wonder if the mobs have just changed.
What do you want?
Onhina glares through rivulets of blood flowing down his face. Way's clear.
Do
Onya's
not
waiting for you.
have had enough of this.
Alright, go on, get going. What's that junk? Pulsing pustules. Lovely. And weird flowers. Which spit at us, isn't that nice? Okay. Right click for frame setting. It's always nice when a new patch drops to see a load of people just out and about doing the same thing. Always makes me curious as for how it'd be on the launch of a patch in war mode. But I think we're alright. Oh, there's the bigger one.
It's too far away.
Make sure we grab it. Nothing fancy, unfortunately. I don't think quest mobs need to necessarily be, like, difficult to kill, but I wish they had a bit more going on. Greenspeaker Nalaro.
What have the roots brought me?
Shane needs real healing. We must return to our homeland for proper rest. Well, the way is clear.
Farewell.
We have too many injuries.
We cannot last much longer. Come, Kaishe. Let us get back to the others and see to your wounds.
Oh, there was another one there. Ugh.
I do not know you.
Yeah, it might not even necessarily be a void corruption. We know it's like old god blood, but they have like the void thing going, but the way it kind of explodes feels almost lifelike. I haven't slept well in ages. How can I be at my full abilities if we're never stopping to rest? Oh, go rest.
This time she's gone too far. Why won't she see that she will chase these visions forever?
A lot of the Harani are not happy with their leader's approach. Debuff harmed by a dark substance, eh? As we got, just got to kill a couple more. Got to get used to flying now while we can. On the Siren Isle, we will not be flying.
What is it?
That should give us some space to retreat. Now we must deal with the crux of the issue. It is Owenya's everlasting determination to pursue this mission, no matter the cost. It's time we had a talk.
Farewell then.
Your path leads you deep, stranger.
Owenya counts the number of Harani silently to reassure herself, and she nods. That's all of us, and I'm grateful. Those flowers you found are so odd. Seem to have corrupted properties that have become something new. I have to dig into this more. Can't stop now. But when we're so close, this could be the key to how we fight back.
I shall watch for you.
Owenya nods. Thank you.
Do not fear the
I am not
dark.
blind. I know that they are tired and weary. We are so close to figuring out what we can do about the Black Blood. The importance of what we uncover goes beyond Hallowfall or the Nerubian Kingdom. There's so much more work if we are to find a solution. For now, let us withdraw and recover, somewhere away from these creatures.
While guide you, you are safe. Come, we must recover before continuing our fight.
Continue. Orwena, we must retreat and speak.
Scent in the ranks. Right next to the little free-for-all PvP spot. Oh no.
Yes?
Things... Oh no, he's already said that. What's the plan? Oh.
Hanan, where are the others?
This was a mistake, Orwena. Coming here, revealing ourselves to the mortals, getting caught in their affairs. You've put us all in grave peril.
Our goddess is crying out for aid. How can we not answer?
We followed you and your visions this far, but we cannot break the Haranir's traditions any longer.
It is those very traditions that
Little
put our
expressions on
home
her
at
face.
risk. You've seen the growing threats here, Hanan. We cannot give up now.
The others and I are returning to the cradle to seek forgiveness. You owe it to them to face the elders by their side.
Tell the elders that the fault is mine, and mine alone. I will face them in time, but for now, my path is here.
Then you will walk it alone. I do not understand your conviction, Orwena, but I do admire it. May the ancient roots of our people ever thrive beneath your steps.
Goodbye, Hanan.
That's a nice shot. Oh, and then straight into us walking in. Very clean. And even if they're shorter quest lines, for the even 0.7 patches to get a little bit of cutscene and story, I think it's really nice. Alea takes a long look at Owenya, shakes her head and sighs. Owenya says, I must press on. I must. If I do not, Blackblood may consume all that I care about. Well, let's go and see. They've really come a long way with those in-game cutscenes. And I think that smooth transition at the end there of our character, I think a lot of that will speak to how this tech has come along for Midnight as well. So we'll be see, obviously Midnight is deep in development, as is Last Titan, probably not as much, but still. So any new techniques and stuff they learn along the way can always go into the point patches. And again, it's very promising that even a 0.7 patch is getting a little bit more story. Rather than what would it used to be very little at all.
I cannot do this.
Content,
alone.
let alone story.
Your aid is the only reason I can continue.
Can we assist?
Brought us both here.
Nalero, Kaishe, Nelia, Onhina, Hanan. We were our family all on our own here, far away from home. I do not blame them for wanting to return. I would blame myself if I gave up now. I must focus on what comes next.
Perhaps we'll meet again.
Here is where I must focus. I can hear the voice of my goddess. She must be near. I will enter a meditation to ask what I must do. How can I continue this mission alone? Can I go on without the others? Stay close. I don't know what may lurk or threaten while I am concentrating. Very well.
The world watch over
I'm ready to protect you while you meditate.
Wild guide you will.
Is there God Azeroth? I think it's implied. So where on earth is their home then? Somewhere underground, deep connected to the roots?
Drumming. No. The ringing, striking, and thunder from solid rock.
Oh, goblin stuff in this vision.
I do not understand what you want me to see.
The goblins are digging. They're at it again.
I'm out of range.
Oh. Big cutscene.
Goddess, where must I go?
The world soul.
Show me.
Yeah, well that pretty much confirms it.
I understand.
I mean, that was pretty much what they teased already. Like, in the trailers for the Siren Isle, in the direct, like, we pretty much had all that.
To me.
I understand. I must go to where I can hear the sounds, of things moving beneath the stones. I don't know what it means. And then that I must go there. Will you go with me? Absolutely.
Perhaps we'll meet again.
Oh, there is more. Fantastic. My vision was clear to me. I need to continue this work. I need to find out how we can stop the black blood from spreading, or it's too late for your people and for mine. Meet me in the deeps. I will be in a form that allows me to hide and listen without anyone noticing.
Vision, we are close, but I must remain unseen by the people there. Look for me in another form. At least I can honor one Heronir tradition.
Pretty much what she said in the quest text. As we said earlier, it's understandable though, given how people click through. I wonder if they do any bigger changes in just that standard delivery of quests, some bigger overhaul in that regard. There are a few add-ons folks speak kindly of that. Not sure change things up, but display it in a way that's more visually interesting.
The links get the zoomies. And
I know,
misbehave.
Faerun, but we've got more important things to be getting on with. Marok is it's the halfway point, pretty much. Not quite the goblin camp. For the disc fragments, either doing a few delves or one of the follower dungeons, probably the fastest way to do that. But I want to do that before the Siren. Probably not. It is launch day for the patch. And the Siren Isle might actually award us with some discs. We will see as we get there. Have a quick swig of his beverage. Make sure you're all doing the same. Keep yourselves hydrated.
Get lost, you lump of rock. These items are now the property of Opportunity Acquisitions, where we acquire at every opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Gazlo?
You buying or selling?
I haven't seen this many goblins moving around in one place since... Well, it's been a while. Zan comes to mind. Something big has to be happening. What are we doing here, Gazlo? Me? I'm on the trail of some big operation in the Ringing Deeps. Why are there so many goblins working at the edge of the cave? Why are there so many different cartels in one place? It's not even our annual convention. And who the blast is in charge of all of it? Things like that. Questions. Okay.
Business is booming.
I'm in the right spot. Is it just not true? Oh. Very well hidden, Owen. I didn't even see you. So this is definitely all leading to Undermine then. There seems to be goblins everywhere now. Do not look too closely at me. Or you will draw attention. No. You need to get closer to where the goblins are working.
Hey, pal. Nice timing. We got trouble brewing.
Oh, hi, Travis.
I only deal with the best. Plenty more where that came from.
Axel Drill Bit. Carrying a work permit that accesses operations around Opportunity Point. Seeing you here is a welcome surprise. There's something big happening over at Opportunity Point, but it's hard to know what without getting closer to the people working there. I know Axel's involved. We'll need his paperwork if we want to ask around without trouble. He's headed down to Opportunity Point. Go, follow him. See if he's got anything on him we can use. Don't worry about the mess. I know you're discreet when you need to be. And also not when you need to be. No, we're really not. Us heroes Azeroth, even the rogues, none of us are discreet.
This guy has the papers we need to set up close and see what they're up to.
Go. I will follow unseen. This must be what the visions meant for us to do.
Understood.
Back off. This job is mine.
Just immediate combat.
Price for it. You'll never get to meet the big boss.
I mean, it's Gallywix, surely. You have some permission to do work and speak with miners at the Abyssal Excavation Site.
There you are. Did you get that permit?
In a manner of speaking.
Got a contract with your name on it. Business is booming.
Got that work order? We can open up way more doors with it than without it.
Where there's risk, there's reward.
Perfect. Now, anytime someone asks why we're here, we've got this. Now it's time to do a little snooping. There are a lot more goblins here than I remember. Something's definitely going on.
Let me know if you need a crew.
Time to do some networking. There's a bunch of goblins outside of Opportunity Point, over there in the Abyssal Excavation. I heard some of them grumbling as they started their shift. Let's see what some friendly words shake loose. While you're out there, check out the used fuel drums. They wouldn't let me look inside the full drums. They just drop the used ones around the worksite.
Keep an eye out for anything odd while you ask around. There's more here than they're letting on.
I'm going to imagine they've probably got a load of the black blood in said drums, potentially. I saw many machines nearby, and all of them seem to make dreadful noises. I cannot hear the one that I heard in the vision, though, at least not clearly. Destroy the excess ones. They are only in the way. While you are quieting the scene, I will hunt and scout.
I will scout on my own. Good luck with your hunt.
I guess here we go, and murdering again.
I get no respect around here.
Suddenly, the area with those PvP world quests changed. I assume they'll still be here.
Can I help you with something?
This ain't worth it. I didn't sign up for crazy machines. What's going on?
I wanted less work for more pay. Instead, I got busted machines and overtime. Who runs a site like this?
Huh, interesting. Keep asking around, and I'll do the same. Keep your eyes open.
This machine is losing it. And it clearly has a load of void stuff attached. Again, it is more of that cosmic purple than old god purple. More linked to Xalatath. Yep, that looks like black blood to me.
No loitering, whatever that means.
I was the top of my class when it comes to mechanical innovation. This is not what I expected.
Do not.
You want to know what all the drilling's about? Buddy, oh, it's bigger than you can imagine.
They're doing some different stuff with the goblin voices, which is nice to see. They've been so stereotypical for so long. We got inklings of it throughout the expansion as a whole. Now we're really changing it up.
Don't waste my time.
Between you and me, I'm just here until overtime kicks in, but I'm starting to reconsider.
That new fuel is causing all sorts of problems. We didn't get hazard pay for experiments.
But they're a little more toned down in like the delivery. Doesn't mean I will be though. Voices will always be silly. Who knows, maybe I get better over time. It's part of it and I enjoy it. Same dialogue.
Stacy, if you really want to know what's going on, the foreman keeps all the orders in his office.
Well, that was very clear, thank you. Good of them just to let us know. That thing from the questing. More of those. Imagine we'll be seeing a lot of like mechanical beings like this as we get into Undermine. And that's what the teasing it is, all the goblin stuff coming.
I don't have a target.
Just you bet before the end of this quest line, Gazlo says something, and I'm building something that's going to be really fun for you to get around on. Just really over. Right, now we just need to find Rezik. I assume is the foreman. I mean, I could just walk in and take it, game, but I suppose you want me to do a little espionage. Psst. Like an ogre in Nomragan, asking questions and breaking things. Get over here. Ooh. Renzik the Shiv, an SI-7 operative. I'm trying to remember you. Since when did SI-7 have a goblin? Oh, you've got the old voice. They're meeting you out here. What's SI7 here? Just because I work for Stormwind Intelligence doesn't mean everything I do is for the Alliance. These goblins are getting mixed up in some shady stuff. Someone has to look out for them. Alright, fair enough. You're not on official Stormwind business.
Glad I could help.
Those goblins only know part of the story. What's in there is the full story. At least a big piece that's missing.
Keep it real. Right back.
Looks like you're interested in the foreman's office too, huh? Don't get cranky. We're on the same side here. I just can't get close without being seen. And then there's just one big clanking wrinkle to this whole mess. I mean, I can go fight it like, you know, we always do. The fourth version of the mechanical everything killer. This one has some serious bugs in the system. So was that like Gallywix had one of the first big mechs we saw before beating it down with the Helper King Mecha Talk, if memory serves? What does our game more detailed with it? I like that it randomly has Christmas lights. We got an intel problem. We've also got a clank problem. You look over there, there's a big haywire mech that's just going crazy. There's no way anyone's going to uncover anything while that's out in the field. We should do something about that.
Keep it real.
Sure. No one's going anywhere when that massive boom bat is running amok. Take it out and we'll talk. Deal? Sure. Oh, it wasn't the dude in the office. It was a bigger one that's just oozing lava. Oh, no, Wenya's already going at it. And it's chucking stuff I actually have to dodge. You're right there, Shaman. You're just gonna... Yeah, have lay on hands. Loose bolts.
There is no going back now. Small green one. I propose an exchange of information.
She's got the goods, Monty. She was flying around all over the place.
Surprises never end. Meet you both back at Opportunity Point.
It's not interesting you can get the voiceover for Gazlo and Orwenya, but you can't for a little Shiv friend there. Seems like a weird inconsistency, right? Maybe they still don't want to build up the expectation they can do all of them.
Spell it, Renzik. What's an SI-7 agent doing down here?
Not the Clark Bilgewater. I'm here looking out for goblin interests.
Talk to me. Hurry back. Plenty more where that came
Oh,
from.
when you. It would seem that we are all searching for information, but I have some I think is useful. It's too late to hide now. They've seen my true form. Let's see this through to the end. I hate it when this happens. There we go. When I scouted, I heard and saw things that I don't understand. Perhaps if I describe it to you and the goblins, you will know what it means. Ooh, experience Orwenya's scouting mission. Is this one of these where we play as the character very briefly? I remember when they kind of first started doing this back in Mists. I'd really enjoy it. It's very silly. Let's have a look. Remember, Snake, this is a stealth mission. Listen in to gather intel. Does it want me going up first? Apparently. Oh, okay. Then we have Blap. Oh! Okay. Stop. Anti-aerial assembly. I have to be right on it.
I just realized I'm afraid of heights.
Damn it! Okay. Ow. Getting blindsided by rockets. Stealth bit doesn't last very long.
And I've got all my money tied up in this venture. No, not that venture. Are you crazy?
Where else are we going? Please! Where are the shots coming from? Ah. Okay. You. Oh, they're on the floor as well. Right. Oh god. This isn't fair, game. None of these heal me. Let me listen.
The real
There we go.
opportunity is on the other side of that wall.
Okay. One more. I'm actually in danger. One down there, one over there. They're all over the bloody place. And we're regenning very slowly. Snipers as well. Please stealth, just stay stealth. Why is it like this? No, chicken. There's a load of them up there. Oh, and there's one there. Just gotta get to the end here.
Hardly working. Definitely.
What do you mean hardly working? That's not intel.
I saw little of use when observing the other goblins, but I heard things coming from the wall.
Keep low. Seems to be okay.
It sounded like the earth ground itself to nothing. What manner of machine does this?
Sounds like a rocket drill. A big one.
Next,
but who's
I
running
went
it?
Searching for you, friend. I found you outside the building.
And what do you reckon this form will be? Do you reckon this is just going to be the flight form for Haranir druids? Maybe they... Ah! Maybe they all get access to this? Maybe this is like their racial mount? Oh god. Okay. More stuff to avoid. These flashbang glow mites again. Oh, we've quite a range on them, but at least they don't do damage.
While you fought the machine, I witnessed something inside.
Oh, a little cutscene. Please don't push the button. Yep.
Look, pal. The only opportunity here is the one I gave you.
Yep, there he is.
Big things are coming. And if you want to be part of it, you better fall in line. Just a Gallywix. He's back in business.
I look forward to finally being rid of him by the end of that patch.
But without the Bilgewater cartel, he shouldn't have the resources for an operation here.
Aslo seems pretty surprised. You've been hiding under the Horde's skirts too long. Gallywix is back, making deals and making trouble. Things have changed. Wonder if Xalatath's helping him all. That would kind of explain her tie-in there. They did tease that she's still involved. After I escaped from that place, I saw you battling the gigantic machine and I had to join the fight. Now it seems there really is no going back. I am alone here, except for you and these goblins.
Business is booming.
So Gallywix has chosen to show his ugly face here. It looks like he's got himself organized. We should report this to Illyria, see how she wants to handle it. Very well. Seems like our quest chain.
I must follow my visions, follow this calling, until I have found what the goddess wants me to see.
Looks like we're on the same path. Join us on the surface, and maybe you can get some help from your new friends.
Friends?
Aww. I'm going to keep looking for the source of these sounds. And Bilgewater, don't forget about your people while you're off saving the world. There's our little tie-in, but it sounds like the Haranir in general have a lot of strict rules about interfacing with outsiders, toplanders, whatever you want to call us. Imagine that'll be very much like the Irvin's initial quest and distrust for us, but knowing us, the heroes of Azeroth, I'm sure we'll be fine in the long haul. Let's head back. Oh, I was going to say take the elevator, but I assume she's still here. Yeah, she's still up here. That's all when you actually come to visit, though. Hey!
What's happening? Gallywix is back in business, and that ain't good for no one.
You have come far, stranger.
No, we are close to answers. I cannot stop now.
Let nature take its course.
I got more questions than answers. What are they looking for down there? Gallywix. Why did it have to be Gallywix? Because we need to deal with him, Gazlo. We need to put him in the ground this time.
Know your target.
You've brought me far more than just information. Although I have a feeling this Owenia will not give up her secrets easily. I should be patient. I am sure that we will find common ground eventually. In the meantime, there is someone that she should talk to. Oh?
Our mysterious ally returns. You slipped away last time, before we could thank you.
That is our way. It was my way. But my visions have put me on another path. I was told your people share these visions.
If you want to talk about visions, I know just the dwarf.
Oh, time for some Magni tie-in. Awesome, and this is kind of a splinter of the quest. I like that a lot. Also, the fact we just get some transmogs for going through and doing that. I love that. More transmogs, more opportunity to be given them. Absolutely.
You hail from above.
So there is someone else who has experienced something close to what I experienced, yet is not the same. I must speak with him. Let's go see Magni.
Do not fear the dark.
Should be interested. I wonder if Magni has found clothes yet. He's going back into like this full plate armor he used to wear. Maybe something a bit more chill. Oh, he's still wearing chill. Excuse me, Magni.
Azeroth still needs us.
Have you come to say goodbye? What do you mean goodbye? What's happening, Magni? You going back to Ironforge?
We cannot give in. Well, best be setting sail to Ironforge.
Oh, he is.
No sense in dawdling.
Are you sure about staying Dagran?
Oh.
You could return home with us and study.
No, he's
there.
more Titan
I'm
discs.
sure, Ma. There's still so much knowledge here yet to be discovered.
And knowing you, you'll find it all. Keep out of trouble. And make sure Brinth always knows where you are.
Yes, Mum.
Whoa.
Ah, and who is this?
I am called Orwena. I've been told you too have heard the voice of the goddess.
Goddess? You mean Azeroth? Aye, I was her speaker for many years, but she's let me go from that service.
Her voice has led me far from my home, seeking a truth I know she wishes to reveal. But my kin, they do not understand.
Aye, it can be lonely following a path that others can't see. But don't make the same mistake I did, putting it all on yourself.
Oh,
Look
bless
for
him.
those who will walk the path with you. If I've learned anything, it's that we'll always need each other to not lose ourselves on the journey.
You are kind, Magni. I will consider your words carefully.
Best of luck to you, Orwena. One day, when you found what you're looking for, I hope you too find your way home.
His beard has so much physics now. Flops about so very much. That's really sweet. Are they getting a little send-off here? I guess, you know, when you've spent yourself being Diamond so long, you get the opportunity to go back home, you take it. We've got the rest of the Alliance forces over here, so...
Great to meet you.
Oh no, God, Dunstan as well. You're looking all fancy in that armor. That's not part of the Dwarven Heritage set. Screams to me, hey, we're doing more work for player housing and redoing all the capital cities.
Refer all diplomatic questions to my daughter, Moira.
Hear what they have to say.
Well, best be setting sail to Ironforge. No sense in dawdling.
Unless this just brings... God damn it.
You could return home with us.
So that just lets you repeat the conversation. And here I thought I'd be getting another send-off.
So much knowledge here, yet to be discovered.
Right, Owenya's just gonna... Yeah, it's the same one. Alright. That was nice. Everything's still going on, though. Just feel a little bit like... I wonder if there's another one hidden there. That's something they did throughout the expansion, is they hid a few more stay a while and listens just about the place. There were these big areas where the Horde and Alliance were chilling out, right? Oh no, we're still stuck where we were before. Nothing new there. Let's have a quick check in the embassies, just in case. Anybody new show up? Not that I can see. For some reason, that Padaran's the only one with a name. Also, more different armors and armor sets and higher res stuff all over the place. They've been building up assets slowly over the course of a few expansions now. Stromgarde as well, specifically. No one else here. Danaf, good to see you.
Stromgarde will stand proud once more.
I hope you actually get some more to do in the story, Danaf. You've been away from it since Burning Crusade.
Speak quickly.
What can I do for you?
Alright, nothing of note. It's still cool to see the representatives of the Horde and Alliance just chilling about in their little embassies. Maybe there should have been a weekly in each of those. Certainly wouldn't have been appropriate to do PvP ones when there's a time of peace, you know? Right then. Well, I enjoyed that. It wasn't a long quest line, but compared to some we've gotten in the past where it's literally a couple lines of dialogue saying, oh, new stuff is coming, and then that's kind of it. I like that. And having some cutscene and voiceover as well, that is a big step up. I understand why there is a delay for the Kirin Tor one. A, they don't want to give you it once. They want to give you a reason to come back and do more. Time gating always feels a little frustrating, but I understand. I'm happy to wait for a bit more story. At least we're getting more of it, you know? Alright. Now, before we get into heading to the Isle itself, I'm just going to take a quick bio break, and then we'll get back and explore this new zone. Have a peek in, do the intro, and see where we go from there. So refill your beverage, stretch your legs. I'll be back with you in a few minutes. See you soon. And we're back. Thank you for your patience. Let me just get wheeled in, headset back on. Whoa. So we give us a beverage. Make sure you're doing the same out there. Keep yourself hydrated. What's that of a quest marker up there? Is that me filling up my renown again? Quickly, give me it.
I have an extended supply of goods
Thank you.
for outlanders.
Stuff. Ooh, a good old chunk of gold. I do need to recoup. Alright. Let's go see the Siren Isle then.
Welcome, my friend.
Oh boy. It's Irvin voices, so you know what that means. We're going back into that robotic state once again. With each passing day, more of my people awaken within the Stone Vault. Many of them have embraced their old designations. This is not a path I wish to forge. For some, traditions are hard to forget and abandon. I pass no judgment. Many others have embraced a new path, like me. For the first time in Irvin memory, we have no edicts, and the whole world of Azeroth is ours to explore. Many have set off to walk new lands and meet the people and cultures of our world. If you have not met an awakened Irvin out exploring Azeroth, I suspect you will soon. Dawn offers you a smile. The Irvin starting experience it's alright actually. There's some interesting little tidbits to go through there. Who are you? It's thanks to you and the Bronzebeard heroism that I get to answer that question. I am Dawn, the first Irvin to emerge from the awakening machine as an awakened Irvin. Now, as a directiveless Irvin, I have limitless choices, and no shortage of indecision. I've guided many awakened to figuring out their story, and yet I haven't spent time to figuring out my own. But helping other awakened is a path of its own. Still, perhaps it is time for me to stop helping others for now and make a choice for myself and embark on a new journey. The city is full of interesting stories of late.
Journey on,
Very well.
friend.
Greetings! Are you here to answer the Siren Isle's call to adventure? Recently, a goblin salvage team discovered an isle, with a strange singing crystal at its centre. Like the goblins, the Arathi of Hallerfall have taken a keen interest in this crystal, as have we. We've been preparing an expedition to the isle. Most of the expedition has gone ahead. The goblins' last vessel is set to leave momentarily. If you hurry, you can catch them before they leave and join us. Sure.
Come back with new
Imagine a giant crystal that sings. We're investigating the Siren Isle. Care to join us? Let's get moving. Yeah, we know. You joining the expedition? Dawn beams with excitement. Of course. This will be my first time departing the shores of Khazalgar. I can think of no better way to venture forth from my home and see the world. I won't be accompanying you on the Goblin Air vessel, however. With the support of Moira Bronzebeard Dark Irons, High Speaker Brink secured us an alternative route to the Siren Isle. She called them mole machines. I am most intrigued. Few of the awakened were not so keen to travel long distance over the water, so we'll be departing from Gundagaz soon. Hope to see you on the island, my friend. At least that's an in-world explanation for why they're having that new mole machine pop up in Gundagaz to get folks to fast travel from there. Still seems like you'd want something in this room, though. Just for convenience sake. Let's go meet Skagit. We met a Skagit before? I can't recall.
Hey, welcome aboard. The Earthen and the Arathi are on the island already. We gotta catch up.
What's we got around here? Captain Kraz. I'm glad to be back in the air again. Well, I guess consultant is more the correct term. For a sea voyage as long this, it only makes sense they pulled a seasoned pilot like myself out of retirement. I didn't even fly a war chief or two into battle after all. I hear this island has a lot of storms or something. Reminds me of my days back in the Second War. Ferrying troops around. Captain Gaz grins widely. Anyway, Campbell Clamp is a great captain, so rest assured she'll get you where you need to go. What do you know about this Siren Isle? During my time in the Second War, I heard tale of an island so cursed that no Kultiran sailor worth their salt would ever venture there. I'm pretty sure this is the same isle, so hopefully this won't be a set out and never return scenario. Still, it begs the question, what was so scary about this island that ingrained itself in generations of Kultiran sailors? Hopefully we don't find out. There's no way the hazard pay would cover something like that. Kraz pauses. Actually, with Gazlo's new hazard pay initiative, maybe it would. Back in my day, we'd have never had coverage like this. Oh, bless Gazlo looking after everyone. Kraz scrunches up his nose. Still, it's in favour of new expeditions. Well, I can't fault Gazlo's deep pockets, eh?
This gig ain't so bad.
Stuffing, who else we got on board? What should do, Noah? Oh no, it's time to do terrible troll voices. I apologise in advance. You head into the Siren Isle. Duna grimaces around her tusks and spits. I told Campoclam this is a bad omen. I've heard stories about the sirens in Zandali. We call them Buantulak, death singers. Terrible creatures. I'm blessed I never encountered them before all my time flying over the seas. Now we're heading for a place named after them. Duna bows her head and bows and shakes her head. May Shego guide the winds. Sure. So the sirens of Siren Isle are actually a thing. What's your Umjin?
Greetings, man.
Feels good to be back in the open air. Never felt right after we all went on strike with Campbell-Clamp. The contractors weren't paying any of us, her included. So she brought the princess down. Eventually we went our separate ways for a while, but we'll be back and ready to fly. Except Duana, she afraid of the Buantulak. Which I don't blame her. Sailing right into stormy weather, but Shego always watching over us in these storms. We can only hope. Jin, we can only hope. Alright, and then we have the Sky Captain, Cable Clamp. Welcome aboard, Paladin. The Princess's Pride is nearly ready to head back to the Siren Isle. You ready to go? Hang on, let me...
How you doing, pal?
Oh, deeper voice.
I hear you. Hey, what's the news?
What do you know about the Isle? Siren Isle? Well, I never heard of it referred to as that. But it makes sense. What with the stories of the sirens and all. My cousin Kroots used to tell me stories of all of the places she used to smuggle to. Always told me of this one spooky place with nasty storms around it, and even nastier singing ladies. Apparently her buddies in Freehold are scared hapless of the place. So much that she started avoiding it out of principle. And well, for business reasons. Of course, I didn't clue in that this was the place until I was already in Donegal. Go figure, huh? Sure.
Time's a wasted. You on the clock? My crew's
Always got to click a few times to try and get a read on the voice before I bugger it entirely.
Let's do this thing.
Hey, pal. Ready to embark on a thrilling adventure? Where are we going? Wouldn't you and half of Kazalgar want to know? First, the Arathi and Irvin are all asking about it, and next thing you know, they're heading off in their airships and mole machines. Oh, and if I still had my rocket drill contracts, I bet you I could have gotten there faster. But fine, you want to know? We're heading to the Siren Isle. Ever heard of it? No. Of course you haven't, no one has. Well, unless you're from Paralis, of course. According to Kultirans, this Siren Isle is a place of legends and myth. Lots of stories and old sea tales, all of them real spooky-like. Some nasty storms, too. Aye. It's interesting the Arathi have gone from we live underground to we're going to an island flying out from underground. I hope that's addressed in some way. What do you know about it? Almost nothing, unfortunately. I put my best guys on it to see what they could dig up. Didn't find much. Just a few tales from Paralis. The oldest, record we could find was from some Kultiran fable or something, warning us of the dangers of the call, whatever that means. I mean, that sounds like the Radiant song, right? Or sirens, literally sirens calling people to their death. Couldn't find any charts or nothing. Seems like a place most have steered clear from, but it sounds like an opportunity if you ask me. Thankfully, Rickett and my ground crew gave us enough data to work with so we could find our way back. And who are you and where's Gazlo? The name's Skagit, and I'm Gazlo's assistant. I lead the Grease Monkeys and am generally in charge of most ventures Monty's too busy to run, which is almost everything these days. Skagit sighs. Being part of the Horde Council doesn't give him a lot of free time, and with his recent business in Kazalgar lately, well, I'm here to be his eyes and ears out in the field where he can't be. The Grease Monkeys will always get the job done, whatever and wherever it is. And where is Lady Senna? Some new construction venture she's real excited about right now, so she didn't have time to come with. What could be more exciting than a singing crystal? Whatever. She's missing out. Skagit shrugs and waves his hand. Well, I imagine she is probably dealing with the Undermine stuff. Well, expedition awaits. And so you're the one Dawn convinced to join us, eh? Well, hurry up. They've been adamant about getting us a proper Storm Rider, Ranger, whatever escort out of this city, but it's taking too long. The Arafi and other Irvin are already on the Isle, and Rickett is probably wondering where the heck we are. Come on, and give you the deets on the way.
The boss is watching.
Siren Isle's a mystery, potentially profitable one. My crew thought they hit it big when they found a deserted island with some strange singing crystal. Turns out everyone in Donegal is interested in the unclaimed strange singing crystals. Both the Arafi and Irvin scrambled quick and were off before we could even charter a Zeppelin. Fortunately for us, Rickett and crew have gone up ahead to set up. We're the last to depart and I'm itching to go. What are we waiting on? Well, me to read quest text, usually.
Back to work.
Let's go. Whee! Oh, we do have an escort. It's scary for those Storm Riders too, who have never left the island. Hop. Let me drop.
See? We're late to the party. Meet me below and watch your step.
Fergus Gearchum, assistant to navigator. We didn't speak to you. It's good to serve under Captain Kraz again. Though I will say I'm equally excited to work with Sky Captain Cableclamp. Her laid-back attitude is legendary. I'm glad she was able to find work after the Purple Princess's Zeppelin circlet from Brill to Gromgol was decommissioned. Ooh. What do you know about the Isle? Honestly, I ain't never heard of it before now. But I haven't been in the air as long as Kraz or some of the other Zeppelin captains. Fergus shrugs. Seems to me like a perfect time for new stories.
Catch you on the flip side.
Alright then. Do I have a parachute? Oh, probably want a ground mount for this place, don't we? Just swap those around. There was no parachute! You scumbag. Oh, there was a Zeppelin rope. Well, that's on me.
Come on in.
Smart monkeys say to run when a storm rolls in, but I've never been good with money, so I'll probably stick around to see what happens. Got a little staging area here. Rare's already spotted and up and about. It's so small that they've already kind of uncovered the whole thing, which is fine. The Dragonflight quest, yes, never did Dawn of the Infinite. One day I'll go back to it when it's soloable.
My crew's always ready.
We made it safe and sound. Ricky says the whole camp's still a buzzing about the crystal. Seems like everyone's got different ideas on how to go figuring out what to do with it. They didn't like Ricketts and I's way, but you might be better at diplomacy. You want to get involved?
The boss is watching.
See, Rickett offered to dig it up. The Arafi expedition lady didn't seem too keen on that. Gave her an earful. Could hear it from the airship. Yeesh. Vargas, the Earthen Ordinant, whatever that means, proposed scanning the crystal to help us understand it better. I don't need to understand it. All I need's my cut. But I'm fine laying low and doing what they want. Go talk to Vargas at the Irvin camp. See how they're coming along and if we can help.
Back at competition's hard at work. You should say hello to the neighbors, real friendly like.
Sure thing. Hey, Rickett. Well, if it ain't my favourite adventurer, how you doing, hun? Repairs? Oh, yep, we were still beat up from Zekfir beforehand. Goddamn pet charms. Taking up space. Hopefully, I don't go too crazy with stuff just to slap into my gear. Jack the Hammer. Still got an old model. Still works.
Have I got a deal for you?
Ali there's got nothing for us. Could use the innkeeper, but I'm not going to, because Donegal's just... why not? Food. What else have we got about the place? Let's have a good old look about. Oh, so this is one of the new mounts. I believe this one's like a weeks-long quest chain. Why are you hiding in that barrel? Very poor. I think he's meant to be stood on top of the barrel. Your finger snap, Gazlo's grease monkeys. Train snapdragons, they said. It'll be easy, they said. Does any part of this look easy to you? Do you have any idea what their bite can do to a guy? Why snapdragons? Look, I heard they evolved from wolves or something. Means they should be easy to train. Like dogs, right? Well, they ain't. Kel flinches as an impatient snapdragon snaps its salivating jaws at him. He swallows nervously. They sure are food motivated, though.
See ya.
They need to put you back on your barrel, though I suppose hiding in it's helping you survive for now. Did he the wrench?
Hey, what's the news?
Hey there, champ. Did you bring me something? Nope, just checking in with all the NPCs. Angola.
Treasures from far and wide.
Precise and methodical. That is the Irvin way. The steady ringing of an anvil is like the tempo of a familiar melody. Iterations and inspirations are complex variations of musical motif. Others might prefer explosive results, meditative bliss, or rapturous inspiration, but for me, the best work is reliable and tactile work. Well, good for you, enjoying your craft.
Tells a story.
Right over here. Expedition people. I imagine more folks will move around. Oh, in the centre here. How many of these do we know? We know Dawn. We know Skitter. Oh! Wait a minute. Isn't this the Sky Captain we picked? Like, there was that side quest in Hallowfall where we could pick who was, like, the leader of a ship. Is that this person now? That'd be pretty cool.
Greetings, outsider.
Sacred flame guide you, friend. You watch yourself on this island. It would seem we're not the only ones interested in this strange place. And what brings a lamplighter here? Why, adventure, of course. Garl chuckles deeply before he shakes his head. As a lamplighter, it is our duty to guide those in need through the darkness. This expedition may not be a military operation, but it still requires protection. Hallowfall cannot spare to lose many lamplighters, but I would not allow our scholars to travel half a world away without a guiding light. Yeah, how is that, being not underground for the first time in decades?
For the Empire.
Skitter! I'm glad there's a cobalt here.
Look, singing crystal? Well, not hearing is singing. Maybe too much wax in ears.
Indeed, Skitter, with your silly crown. Go on.
Another experience.
There's much to learn if we simply listen and observe.
May
And the
Azeroth
Sky Captain,
guide your path.
with no voice of their own. Oh, there we go. Just enough clicking. It has been many years since I captained a vessel for open skies and over endless waters. When Faerun and Captain Streelstrike began organising this expedition to study Lorandel, I volunteered to serve as captain. I trusted my crew and the Dauntless with my life for over a decade, and I would do so again for another 10 more. But Starchaser is a fine ship, and the Dauntless will wait for me. Being our first airship to explore the world since our arrival in Hallowfall is quite the claim to fame. Again, still wish I knew how you felt about the specifics of... Hey up. Who's this handsome fellow? Looking a bit younger than I am. Quartermaster. Or the transmog. Now this is why we are here. Oh. Just get the full armor set. Nice. Oh, and this is a different model as well. Ooh. A little more scuffed up. Oh, I like that. And recolors of it as well. Ooh, more transmog options. Armor agnostic too, by the looks of it. It's not plate either. Very nice. Oh, and a wooden sword. Ooh, these will be good for the trial of style, like blacksmithing, where if competitions require you to do profession work. Offhand and mainhand, very nice. Different tools, some prongs, very ridiculous prongs. Brush. That is a very fat brush. And a supplier cache, which is a toy. Carry your crate full of Hallowfall supplies. Contains all the necessary supplies needed for an Arathi expedition. Sure. Good stuff. There isn't anything hidden away behind my class, right? No, we're all good.
I would have more stock, but Kobus killed my supplier.
A librarian. There's so much to discover on this island. Suppose we haven't brought you any books
Keep
yet?
an eye on the Dawn Towers.
No. That's not the murder child, is it? Hello. Wow, you look super strong. Did you come to explore the island? Haven't I seen you at the Melodar orphanage before? Oh, you're the nice Outlander that came to play with us. I didn't recognise you right away. We've had a lot of Outlanders come and play with us lately. It's the best. Again, are you not the child who had the oversized armour and sword and really wanted to kill the fish people?
Only play when it's day.
Don't trust you. How did you get here? I hid in a crate. Elia looks very proud of herself. Siegfried told us a story about a hero that did that once. Also, Keith Triple Catty challenged me to do it. I couldn't say no to a Triple Catty challenge. That's like the biggest challenge there is. If there isn't an achievement named after that eventually.
When the star shifts, get
Spots.
to shelter.
You're a scary looking kitten.
You're weird
Wait.
looking.
You're not a lynx, you've got a wyvern tail. Where did you get a wyvern, child? Why aren't there any lynxes running around? Captain Lancecat said we couldn't bring any lynx. I guess they make us sneeze a lot. But I'm glad I found Spots. He's my best friend. Elia suddenly looks worried. Please don't tell her about Spots. I don't want to have to get rid of him. What if he starts to cry again?
Know what to do during curfew.
Ooh. There's storms and stuff going on in the dialogue. Why do you have a wyvern cub? Elia scrunches up her nose. What's a wyvern? Oh, you mean Spots? He's a flying lynx. He's way cooler than the ones back in Mereldar. I didn't know where the other kinds of lynx until I found him wet and crying under a tree the first night we got here. I wonder if his tail will get short when he's older. Nope, it will not.
Don't wander off into the dark.
Huh. We've already had expedition members die on the way here, judging by the goblin picture. An Irvin as well, maybe an Arathi. That doesn't bode well if they've only just got here and part of each have already died. Elmar Sunheart, Sacredite Scribe.
Strayed from favor.
Whoa. Right in the Sacredite Ledger. Read the scroll. The wear and tear of long-distance travel from Halford left these scrolls brittle. Attempt to interpret the power within. A created area of an Arathi candle that persists 15 minutes. What on earth are these? A quest may direct me to pick these up. I'll hold off on buying these for a moment, just in case. Nice and nice.
Sacred flame guide your way.
Oh, you're just another innkeeper. Welcome, friend. May not be much, but feel free to rest here as long as you need. We stopped the Star Chaser with an abundance of supplies. Whether it be drink or food, we've plenty to share. Right, so you do. Who else have we got about?
Yeah?
Engineers, chatting on. Have you seen the airships they got over here? They're incredible, honestly. For airships this well engineered, their engineers are clearly top-notch. The Goblin Zeppelin engineer's eyes flit over to Ariana, and he sighs wistfully. Is it just the airships you like? Oh, Nyx catches your knowing gaze. What? Wait, no, it ain't like that. Well, maybe it is. So what? A guy can appreciate how brilliant his fellow engineer is, can he? Clears his throat, his cheeks darkening. Besides, she's amazing. I ain't ever talked to anyone working on stuff like airships like that, and she sure knows her stuff. Nyx lets out another wistful sigh. Maybe I could give her a tour of our Zeppelin sometimes. I bet.
We'll get it done.
We are the holders of
Rihanna. This has been a fascinating opportunity. I hadn't encountered a goblin until I started talking to Nyx, let alone seen one of their airships. I think he called it something else. Zeppelin, I believe. Ariana chuckles. I love the face they've sewn on the front of the Zeppelin. It gives a certain character to their Zeppelins that our airships don't have. You enjoying learning about goblin engineering? Oh, yes. Nyx has been very patient with my questions and kind in his answers. It sounds like goblins often use less methodical means to create, repair and maintain their Zeppelins than we do our airships. Through talking to him, I've realised the ingenuity of their processes. Nyx's resourcefulness is nothing short of admirable. He's also expressed how... Rihanna glances across the bay of concern. Volatile their Zeppelins can be. Hopefully that's not anything to worry about. No, goblin stuff just exploding, not at all. What do you think of Nyx? Nyx? Rihanna gives you a bashful smile. Oh, they've just met each other out. Look at that! Was that like a little bashful animation? Like a slash blush. Is that a new one? Something else they're working on in the background? We've seen that lean against the wall emote for a good while now. I wonder if they're waiting to do like a package release, maybe around the time of player housing, just a whole batch of new player emotes to go with it. He's very sweet and clearly loves working on Zeppelins. I haven't had anyone listen to my engineering design with such rapt attention before, let alone discuss them with me at length after. You should see the way his ears perk up if I ask him questions about his designs. Rania chuckles as she glances at Nyx. I've grown fond of his daily visits. Aww.
Aladar, shine on you.
They've joined for a little expedition and they've found each other. Isn't that nice? Let's hope nothing bad happens to them. Got down here.
Stories requested.
Flint, Storm Ranger Guide.
Tell me of your travels.
I didn't expect our journey to take us this far from home. Then again, I don't think I've ever had a true comprehension of what far from home really meant. I started to get a better idea when I could no longer see the Isle of Dawn behind me on the horizon. But we are here now. We have a job to do.
We have much to learn.
Is that a Tortolan up there? Delightful.
Are you here to lend a hand? Admirable. Perhaps we can all work together.
I'll be right back with you. I'm just checking in with everyone.
Requested.
Hooded Purveyor. From Steel Veins people. So Merrick's then. Trade gives you a subtle nod as he speaks quiet to you. Steel Vein sends his regards. Interested in some of that flame-blessed ore you found. And why are you here? Ever since operations have resumed in the Ringing Deeps, Steel Vein has been keeping his eyes open for future business ventures. I'm here to assess and evaluate the potential of this Siren Isle and what it has to offer the Earthen. Should you be interested in parting with any of the iron you find here, I'll gladly trade with you. Oh, I am what you got. More outfits! Alright, some recolors of the Earthen stuff. They're tabards. Some backpacks. I do love just how many backpacks we're getting. Nice colour choice as well. Gigantic goblets. Chalices. Oh, I'm one for your offer if you want to dual wield chalices. Some more hammers. Fashion style stuff. Oh, and some stein. You've got to have a good old stein. Then another toy that's a crate, and this is all that flame blessed iron. Or infused with mysterious properties after prolonged exposure to the Siren Isle.
May the Titans
Okay.
carve your
Oh, and this is the mole machine that takes us back to Gundarkaz then.
What is ours?
When I heard the young prince telling High Speaker Brimp about our mole machines, I knew it was only a matter of time before the machine speakers got curious. When Dagran commissioned our help for Dawn's expedition, I was keen to be of service. I just wish we had gone somewhere else. Somewhere less wet. Not a fan of the rain.
Tell me of your travels.
General goods, nothing new there.
Your path led to me.
Different quartermaster. Oh, and you've more stuff. Oh, this is catch-up gear. That is a different colour. It's black design on the actual material itself. Ooh. That's a pretty chunky one-hander. Not bad designs. And there's going to be a lot of transmog for us to earn. I'm not the biggest fan of the Earthen stuff, but I do have to just expand my collection and repertoire. Certainly got a vibe to it. And some trinkets, less bothered. Capes. Okay. 584 seems a little low for catch-up gear, but alright. Hang on, bub. I'll be right with you. I've just got one more little bit to check. Which is our Tortolan friend. Hello.
Greetings,
Algiori. Greetings, young one. You're quite a fascinating creature. We don't get many of your kind out here. Or many of any kind. And what are you doing here? I sell bits and bobs to all kinds of creatures like yourself. I'd like to think of my services as repayment to the world for showing me the wonders it has. What better way to express gratitude than to share my wonder with others? Oh. Speaking of, I couldn't help but notice what you and your band of misfits over there were doing. Those yellow crystals seem like quite the curiosity. If I stumble on any, I'll sell them to you for cheap. He gives a slow, reassuring wink. Oh. I'm glad we're bringing in, like, what this patch, I think, so far seems to be doing well, and like what they're going for is all the different enemies we're going to be fighting is like we've got Naga, we've got Vrykul, we've got those like lizard folks from Pandaria, right? Just reintroducing different enemies from across like the history of the game. I always think it's a wonderful thing because so many just gets left behind. It's going to be really interesting to see where they go from here with it. Oh, and you've a load more. You've got a red pirate garb, black pirate garb, and a greeny pirate garb. Tunics and dress and pirate hats. Oh, many a transmog option. Full vestments as well. Hang on a minute. Okay, that says cloth. It's got like little runes and stuff on it. That's pretty nice. So this is the Vicryl stuff then. Ooh. Oh yeah, that was like a Legion set, right? Hey, looking a little snazzier. Shirt, and then some Vicryl specific weaponry. Ooh, that's made of the lizard people's hide. Oh no. Never a big fan of swords that curve in that direction, but sure. Oh, that's a little more my speed. Very barbarian-y two-hander. Very nice. That's some work with some lovely transmogs. There we go. I like the idea of it being like the prow of their ships. It's just a little over-designed for my liking. Speaking of over-designed, seen that one before. Shield. A knife. Ooh. Naga stuff. You've got to cover it in barnacles, don't you? How on earth will you know it's from the water? That's a big bloody polearm. Fancy shield. Trident, I suppose, for Naga, you've got to have a trident. Not my cup of tea, but sure. Fancy staff. Alright. So we've got a good old bunch of transmogs to earn in this place. Excellent. That's what we want to see. Argus, then.
Conversation initiated.
Argus is focused on the work in front of him as golden sparks flare up from each swing of his hammer. What brings you to the Siren Isle? Normally, I would default to following my designation or going where Stoneward wills, but as a response, but that would be partially inaccurate. Dawn did not enact authoritative protocols when recruiting my assistants. It was an offer, not a command. As an ordinant, I have always put the Irvin first. I was sworn to fortify, arm, and if need be, defend other Irvin designations. It was never a choice. It was simply my charge. But since my recent awakening, I have been uncertain as to what awaits me. Uncertain as to my purpose. Dawn promised this expedition would make use of my specific configurations. As long as I have a forge, I am content to follow, even if it means leaving the shores of Khazalgar. Alright. What have you learnt so far? My knowledge of this particular location is limited. I am unfamiliar with anything beyond the shores of Khazalgar. From the whisperings of the goblins here, I am to presume that this place instills some sort of unease in certain individuals. Which seems superstition plays a significant factor in the history of this place.
Perhaps we can all work together.
He's just speaking over me, the cheeky bugger. History I have yet to learn. His voice is much deeper than I can currently flare.
Forge your own path.
Argus looks up from his anvil. Another new arrival. Here to lend a hand to our efforts. Aye.
Fortify your armor. Fortify your will.
In order to understand the singing crystal at the heart of the island, we will need some special machinery. We have forged a device to scan its exposed facets, but the crystal's energies are far too complex to read. It has a highly unusual energy signature. The goblins under Raffi seem keen to contribute, so let us proceed with their help. Take my toolbox, and retrieve the prototype and the components the Arafian goblins have prepared.
We Earthen are here to study the crystal. The goblins and the Arathi. We are still processing how to collaborate.
We'll get there.
Interpreting a massive crystal's energy is a specialized process. Maybe the Arathi learned something from Beladar.
That wouldn't surprise me. Apprentice Tanmar. Right, Gemrite.
We burn brightly together.
I've spent most of my adult years among the Sacredites, studying the properties of the radiant remnants, small crystalline fragments found in Hallowfall. On the walls of the Priory, I had seen or experienced very little. I was nervous to embark on the Star Chaser from the Isle of Dawn, but I'm glad I did. For the first time in ages, I feel inspired and enlightened. Maybe it's the rhythm of Lorandel's song. Maybe it's just the salty air. Can help the Earthen device interpret the crystal's energies?
My sacred crystals could help harmonize your readings, but you'll need more power.
Voice a little more stewardly. Ooh, it's a nice helmet to go with that transmog. Doesn't look like a plate piece. Or Shadowland stuff, I assume. It could be a BFA Drust thing, by the looks of it. Crate of Radiant Remnants. Oh, you've just kind of dropped that there.
Outsiders are a welcome surprise.
Who are the Sacredites, then? Sacredites, or sacred scholars, if you will, are those dedicated to studying the sacred flame through unique discipline or craft. Some study the flame through scripture and prayer. Others study it from a more practical, hands-on perspective, by working it into their craft, whether it be weapons, armaments, or technology. I've chosen to study the key flames and the smaller fragments we use to fuel them. We call them Radiant Remnants. Brought a crate of them to see if they share any properties with Lorandel as they do with Beladar. Very well. Hey, the J in the chat. Hope you're doing well today, bub. Stay a while and listen.
What are you making? You seem inspired.
This morning, the Siren crystals sang a reverent hymn to me. A restorative anthem from
His
a
voice a little
bygone
higher.
age.
That sounds like the kind of inspiration we'd receive from Beladar.
Yes, its music soothed me. Now I'm crafting more healing crystals. They'll bring solace to our empire.
Excellent. That's the kind of support we'll need to bolster our troops. We could strengthen our defenses.
I didn't hear a call to battle. I heard a hymn of healing. I don't want to go to war again. I want to go home. We're closer to our homelands than ever before.
We're not going to war. It's coming to us. When the others seize that crystal, we'll need more
Very
guards.
distrustful.
You need to trust the Earthen and the Goblins. They are not our enemies. We need to work together.
That's the difference between you and me. You build, I protect. And mark my words, we will need that protection.
Oh no. Always the seeds of what could be potential conflict in the future. Another thing for this patch, though, the half-elf and ear options for both Kultirans and humans are available now, so you can nip to the barber and get those changed.
What do you need? Batteries? These puppies should keep the scanner juiced up. You're good to go.
Oh, well, thank you. Alright. It's a nice little starting camp. Overall, bit of character to it. Folks around to talk.
Hammer serve?
Oh.
Something
Oh no, I
new
did check
to
you. You're
trade?
fine. I've retrieved the prototype and the components.
Serve others. Task complete. Now we can use the crystal's signature to track its facets. My programming is
Normally,
expanded to
our technology
exploration
is quite capable
and conversation.
when it comes to crystals and the energies, pardon me, found within them. The energies found here are anomalous and don't synchronize with our technology.
Forge your own path.
Skepticism disengaged. It would seem the radiant remnants from Hallowfall harmonize perfectly with the energies found here, giving us a proper signature to latch onto. The goblin batteries are more than we need, but they appear to be doing the job effectively. Almost ready for the field test.
Fortify your armor. Fortify your will.
Intriguing. These radiant remnants from the Arathi seem to have given our device the necessary focus it needed. All that remains is to attune it properly to its size. In order to attune the signal, we'll need to set up some pylons around the site. We must construct additional pylons, you say? My goodness, it's been some time. There is testing to initiate. Follow me if you would like to assist, of course.
May your work pile I'll set some metal pylons to focus the signal. Meet me over the hill.
Oh, we're going out into it now. The rares are popping up slowly, but because we can't just fly over to them, I imagine might be a little bit of running over and missing on a few, but we'll see. Get to use our ground mount. Been a while. There's a Battle for Azeroth one that required you to go through and do a load of the story on both Horde and Alliance. You got then a Horde horse and an Alliance wolf in Alliance armor, which I'm very fond of. Those players seem to be escorting a stone golem.
And that part goes over there.
This singing crystal is remarkably like Beledar. We should treat it with reverence.
Just kind of jutting out a little bit.
Signal augmented. One more reading should calibrate the device. That's it. Its energies are beyond my capacity to process. The crystal extends far beneath the surface.
Okay, just like Beledar then.
Are you here to help the awakened?
Fascinating. The pylon's attunement indicates this crystal is far larger than this facet would suggest. According to the complexity of the signature, it appears to stretch for miles beneath our feet and... Wait, what is this? A second signature appears to be originating from over the hill? Curious indeed. I was saying, how many giant Beledars are there under the surface?
Conversation terminated.
An unexpected development. The energy signature appears to have a secondary source. It is just north of here. Curiosity activated. I don't think the Urban necessarily, now they're free of edicts, need to activate how they feel like robots, but sure, he is kind of the only one who does it so far, so fair play, Bargus. Judging from the estimated size of the crystal, I theorize it might be a secondary exposed faucet. Further investigation is required. Follow me.
Fortify your armor. Intriguing. I'm detecting a secondary reading from
the rare has appeared.
This requires more investigation.
Yeah, but I kind of want to... I shouldn't, because it looks like to get to that rare, you have to go all the way up and round. Let's focus on that. There'll probably be, like, weeklies and dailies to go and do rares and such. I want to get to the point I can do dailies just to be sure.
My programming is expanded to
It would seem we are not alone on this island after all. August glances down at the dead Vicryl next to him, shakes his head with a frown. Aye, we haven't seen the Vicryl in quite some time. To initiate violence before diplomatic engagement, an illogical provocation that yielded unfortunate consequences. Oh, he just dealt with it, though.
Forge your own
Unless it is a convergence of coincidence, whoever these large outlanders are, they appear to also be interested in the crystal signal and the location of its origin. We do not often take stock in coincidences. Engage your defense protocols. These outlanders are not hospitable like your people.
May the signals coming from that cave. It seems like we're not the only ones to take interest in it. We need to get in there.
I'm out of range.
I wonder if they're going to drop anything unique. I imagine... Oh, just the flame iron itself. Ah! So that's our main resource. That is warband transferable. So we can come and do alts as well. We should have heeded what, Vicryl person? Who said don't come here, I wonder? A more diplomatic Vicryl for the future, perhaps? But yes, we'll be collecting this stuff. It will be for all our transmogs and all of our needs. Let's slap it on the backpack. And the transfer process is 1-to-1, so you're not going to be wasting any of this material.
Fascinating. The energy is focused through that tablet. Are you here to help the awakened?
The crystals on that tablet. Those small crystals are the source of the new energy signature. Why do they give off a stronger reading than the larger facet on the surface? There is something else here we are missing.
Conversation terminated.
These ruins are quite old. Well, old by most Outlanders' standards. Begs the question, was finding this chamber the unfriendly Outlanders' directive, or was it finding the tablet? One clue is that my reading suggests energy is flowing through the tablet as a conduit rather than originating from it. Shall we take a closer look? Perhaps investigation will yield some answers and the source of the energy readings.
Forge your own.
Oh, let's go touch the thing we know nothing about. What explorers do.
Analyzing. This tablet's markings seem familiar.
As motes of light dance around the stone altar, a strange melodic hum seems to call you forward. The call seems to emanate from both within the crystal dotted tablet and the rock beneath your feet. A faint hand-shaped divot has been worn into the stone surrounding the lowest crystal on the tablet. Above this crystal, etched the words, Song of Cerise. Oh, this will be the beginnings of our ring then. Place your hand in the divot around the crystal. Ah! An unseen force resonates throughout the structure, calling you deep within the ruins. Oh, we have been teleported. Now it's starting to feel like the Forbidden Reach.
Remarkable. The signal's energy surrounds this structure. How deep does this go?
The architecture seems to... Oh, hello. Yep, it's all Titan stuff. Right, first seemed Dalton. But these have the armor very reminiscent of the Valajar from Odin's place.
Of the past.
The Stormforged, I believe they were called.
Has a history.
The relief depicts an imposing metal-skinned figure. There is a large ring on the gauntlet of her raised hands. Our Lord of Thunder silent, the mighty Cerise led her clan from Strumpik and away from the winter scorn's unquenched thirst for war. As we fled, cold northern winds at Iron's back. We questioned our clan's purpose. Who did we stand to protect? Without the Keepers, who did we serve? Our prayers were answered years after our exodus. From beneath the earth we heard its cry, plea for help, an anguished call. Cerise's ears call was our destiny, and so she led us towards the voice. All little teasers at folks being upset with the Titans, eh? It does seem like a little old vault down here, doesn't it? Oi! We're exploring! Didn't see this armor on any vendors. Ah! Right, you just hurt people. They must not reach. Why? Why must we not reach it? Okay, we walk near these sleep statues and it spawns a one. Oh, new mysteries, new stories. Why we're here. A single slab of stone embedded with crystalline fragments. The ancient tablet is decorated with intricately carved images and runic letters. A relief depicts a stoic metal-skinned figure. On her shoulders sits a majestic winged creature with sparkling cabochon-cut crystals set as its eyes. I feel like I pronounced that wrong. There are staring upon a massive crystalline facet. As broken tools were cast aside, we found beneath the ground. For months we heard and for months we searched. Golden crystal encased by stone, its glow like a torch in the dark. Upon its face, Cerise's hand was pressed, a sound, a cry. But not of pain or plea of help, but of calm, of grace. Human soul, the luminous heart. Its radiance and face as if carved by unseen hands. Many stones I have carved, my iron hands, my tools, but the splendour of human soul has opened my eyes. New designs, patterns and structures. My mind is clear. So these came here, heard the radiant song or equivalent from these crystals and gained new knowledge? Relief depicts a large chamber with a gathering of humanoid figures, the tallest of which holds her fist aloft. An embedded gold sliver glimmers from her fingers. In the centre of the cavern, jutting up from the floor, sits a massive crystalline faucet. The cavern grew by tools and hands, a cradle for heart to rest. From stones to shrine the strumthlin laid. For human soul's voice, once fierce, had calmed. Though Cerise spoke to heart, its voice was faint, a whisper barely heard. And so with iron hands I carved, I forged, a circlet born of radiant ore, fit for the hand of Cerise, a ring adorned with smaller shards of heart. Remnants smoothed and carved with runes of storm, citrines lit, their faces aglow with soft song. Through the circlet together, Cerise and Himonsul sang. So all our background to the ring.
The signal is getting stronger. It's coming from that chamber.
Bear with me, I need to go read more about it. Stop waking up, you lot. Yep, you've got that winged armor too. We've got bits of that one. And the helmet's a warrior set. Have a swig of his beverage. Oh, very cold tea. Oh, but necessary. Make sure you're doing the same out there. Keep hydrated. The monolith depicts a vast stone tower collapsing into a massive wave. In the shadow of the wave, a faint figure can be seen. Beneath the tower, in an underground chamber, humanoid figures take shelter before a glittering gold faucet. For generations past, our purpose held, the luminous heart at ease. When land seized and heaved, the skies flashed in noxious green. Also, sundering then? Our bastion cracked as towers fell and waters black encroached. In vaults beneath, we Strumvan prayed, Cerise's hand upon her heart. When tremors grew, its cries rang out, human souls squall renewed. When silence fell, the cries still pained, our stone-ruined doors unsealed. Cerise strode forth, our bastion ruined, surrounded by waters new. On our shores a dark thing stood, its words in our mind it spoke. The deep one stirs, this place calls out, as right to claim is nigh. Kneel before the old one's gifts, their powers yours combined. The old gods once again, sticking their tentacles where they were never asked. Stop, I already dealt with you. Give me Cerise. Okay, so is this clan very specifically protecting the place as well? Relief of a bearded metallic figure, holding a stone tablet and chisel. Beneath his feet, an image of a chamber with a crystal faucet. Above him stands a towering structure. This monolith is carved in a different hand than the others. Noble Jedfria, with loyalty and wisdom seared into iron hide. First carver of the Struntvin, advisor to Cerise and protector of Himonsul. From stone... Oh, hang on, mouse. Our temple shaped, its guardians wrought with life through runes of old. Tempered and nurtured, our bond with Himonsul grew when her call sang. From his hand and her voice, the Strumvin found their call. You outside the Strumvin know the craft of runic binding, the art of stone carving. To bind the storms of north into the stones of earth was a craft rarely mastered. Wrought by runes and will, his guardians of stone rose to stand vigil within. A few learned his secrets, many would face his creations. Through Himonsul's song, Jedfria's designs would flourish, as carved by Walren, apprentice ward of the stone carver. I don't want to read too much into it, but you wouldn't think for Last Titan, the expansion about the Titans, a new profession in the vein of stone carving or rune carving. Like, rune carving's always been something that folks have wanted as like a profession. Death Knights have like that element of rune carving themselves for like buffing their weapons and stuff. Or something a little more universal maybe. They're certainly setting it up here. Oh, hello. Huh. One moment. The other doors didn't open, I didn't think. I'll check in a moment. This tablet depicts a great battle between humanoid metallic figures and serpentine creatures emerging from the sea. Naga, we can assume. Although the metallic figures are outnumbered, winged humanoids and stone guardians appear to fight at their side. That sounds like Odin stuff again. The largest of the metallic figures gestures with a gold and silver embedded finger, while above her soars a winged creature. Its head hit sand, its black blood sprayed, Cerise's blade shone bright. From darkened depths a presence stirred. Over wail and pain she cried, "Hear us, O heart, upon this land. We Strumvain stand to hold back a tide of woe. Guide us with your song, your heart, and make your pain our own. As she called, across the sea and sky they rose, a tide of scales in numbers never met. As serpents died and horrors fell, iron hide with blood was slick. The rumbling skies cracked, Ranier's fury tore through endless scales. By hand from earth rose guards of stone, against the tide they crashed. On golden wings from high above, her plea was heard, a heaven's gift they brought. And yet the tide ensued, with numbers few, a final song rang out. Osiris clashed as Fridin shrieked, her clanskin fell to scales. Stone guards cracked as rubble split, dragged to the waters deep. From the skies they fell, the gold ones screamed, their wings and spears torn asunder. With heavy souls, Cerise looked upon her kin and called, "Retreat to the vault, protect our heart." And those yet lived obeyed. Cerise stood upon our shores, faced the darkness alone. So all these others came down here to this vault, and she herself is somewhere up above. What is this, Bargus? A smashed tablet? More big runes. More runes on the floor. The mystery thickens. Oh, why you like this? Oh, the other door opened as well. Did the other two? I want to know before I continue. I don't know if I'll be teleported out or something. Okay, that's locked. That's locked. Potentially to open up later? What's in this one then? Or is it the same again? Okay. Broken. Some more guardians. Runestones. Oh, I think I've seen this in the trailers and stuff. Hang on. It'll be depending if there is. There it is. Right here. Eyes of the Siren. So this was a mount that was added to the game files in, like, I don't know if it was the end of Mists of Pandaria or Warlords of Draenor, but it was never used. So in this patch, they finally made use of it. And from what I understand, you activate these pillars when it's the storm phase, and when you find the necessary runestones on the isle, and then you get this mount. Which, let me see if it's in these, just so I can show you. Yeah, here we go. In a fit of rage and despair, Freyr conjured a storm that would ravage the land and annihilate Cerise's enemies. Also, it was on side with the constructs here. After nearly 10,000 years, the Sea Fury Tempest continues to roil as an echo of his power. He yelled Thunderbird. I don't know how long it'll take us to grab him, but I'll be happy to get him. I'm not the biggest of mount collectors. I'm much more of a transmog fella, but I do have a soft spot for anything lightning and thunder related. Can I help it? Alright. Let's go see what we're going to discover then. Assumably, this is where we'll get our ring now. At least the start of it. What do you think, Vargas? Oh. It's like another big shard of Azerite. Send you back to the blackened depths from which you came. So it seems to just assume we are whatever old Goddy and Naga stuff attacked this place way back when. Got Vikal statues as well. These statues and stuff were made down here. It begs the question, how much does Odin know, that absolute scumbag of a keeper? Imagine, of like the Titans in Last Titan we will end up fighting first, Odin's probably the first one.
An ancient shrine. Another crystal facet. And the gleam of something promising.
By the forge, this is... Argus stares, wide-eyed in wonder at the gleaming crystal, struggling to find words. After a moment, he nods. This is most certainly the source of the second signature, though the energies here appear to have fused with the original. It's almost like it wanted us to find this place. Oh, yep, there's the world soul, directing us around all over the shop.
Fortify your armor.
It's crystal.
Fortify
It's vault.
your will.
Wrong way around. Who made this place? Who lived here? And who is this Cerise we keep seeing mentioned on the tablets? When we set off to learn about the crystal, I did not anticipate discovering the remnants of an ancient civilization far beneath the earth. Argus ruffles his wiry mustache before glancing at you. This bears closer examination, don't you think? I mean, we didn't expect that when we came to the Isle of Dawn either, but we found you lot.
Conversation? This bears closer examination. After you. See what you can find.
Bigger runes going up the walls as well. Pirate, who made a poor choice. Skeletal remains sit slumped against the rocks. Their ribcage and legs are shattered as if crushed by something heavy. In their outstretched hand sits a gleaming rune-carved ring. So somebody beat us to it, it seems. The vault trembles ominously as energy from the crystal surges into the nearby rubble.
By the Titans, an ancient construct.
Oh, we've seen this kind of rock before. Again, be cool if Shaman could get glyphs or something at like the bartenders to have their earth elemental look like some of the other earthy stuff I've seen.
This is more of an adventure than even I desired. We should get this artifact back to the workshop.
Yeah, hang on. I'm just having a nosy in case there's nothing like... No, doesn't seem like there's all hidden about the place. Again, we can assume, like with the last crystal, this thing goes miles underground as well, except they've got it surrounded by rune stones and wood set on it as if it were a fire, or is that just burst through the ground?
How can my hammer serve?
As much as my curiosity protocol has been activated, the defenses in this structure are relentless. It would be wise to regroup at the camp and reassess what we've found. We'll return to study more of this crystal at another time. Well then, let's get out of here.
Your work serve others.
I thought so. See, this is why I wanted to check. Is this the Hearthstone we're going to get at the end of the quest, by the way, I think I heard? That's so vivid. Oh, it's a nice fade, though, rather than a loading screen. Let's have a chat.
Conversation initiated.
It would seem we've made quite the discovery.
Conversation
More queries and very few answers. Fortunately, the device was able to gather some data from the energy readings. It will take time to process. We will soon have better understanding of this Siren crystal. In the meantime, let's take a closer look at that ring and citrine shard you found. Angola will be able to help.
Fortify your
We met you when we arrived.
Fortify your will.
Can you tell me about Cerise's circlet here? Angola looks closely at the ring, tilting her head slightly as she examines it. It appears to be forged of the very same iron found around the isle. I believe the Arathi call it flame-blessed iron, but I do not see the logic in such a name. There is no properties of fire within the ore, so why... Angola catches herself going on a professional tangent and continues. The craftsmanship of the circlet is quite ornate and detailed. The sockets are intricately carved and smoothed, as to resonate the power of the gems set into it. It fits perfectly for those citrines you found. You have found quite the mysterious treasure.
Find me something memorable.
The cracked citrine you found seems to be a perfect fit for one of the sockets found in the ring, yet, as Angola sockets the shard into the ring, the citrine wiggles loose and pops out. The ring appears to be rejecting the piece. We can repair the citrine and stabilize the energy within the shard. Perhaps the ring will accept it. Since you've been so helpful with Bargus, care to lend another hand? Sure. This is one of the things. Windsinger's rune citrine. Grants a chunk of secondary stat.
The crystal you found is cracked.
Skip
Let's
minigame?
restore it in
What do
the
you mean?
forge.
Why on earth would I do this? Let's have a look.
Find me something memorable.
Oh no, why have you become small? Oh, it's one of these. That's why, because we've done hundreds of them now. I don't mind. Where are we? Over there. Go up there. You need to swing over this way. You up there. Sorted. Stabilization complete.
Task
Crystal
complete.
hums.
I can hear it singing. It's ready for the artifact.
Every sail tells
Angola
a
holds the
story.
glowing citrine in her hand before handing it out to you. That seemed to do the trick. I've never felt such energy radiate from such a small crystal before. The runes engraved on it are quite ancient and very powerful.
Transaction complete.
Oh, and then you can buy more from her thereafter. I assume for
Every
alts
sale
then.
tells a story.
I wonder if they have a way to skip this for alts and just kind of get you into the daily swing of it. We'll find out in time. Angola peers at you from over her spectacles with excitement. Can you hear it? This small, humble citrine is calling out to the circlet, just as the Siren crystals called out to you and all of us. I'm uncertain what will happen when you reunify them. There's only one way to find out. Place the circlet upon your finger, socket the citrine into the setting.
Find the crystal is calling to the ring.
That's a big upgrade. Which of my rings is better? That bone carved one. Goodbye, gems. Which one's the Wind Singer one? Red, I assume?
Can you feel it, champion? The artifact has awakened.
And unlike in the Forbidden Reach, where you kind of had to keep grinding out these things because they wouldn't update, they will update with the ring's item level, so we don't have to worry about that. Again, I'm glad we defeated Zek via double question mark before getting it as well. It felt like the ring might overpower us in that fight.
Found.
Okay, that does indeed let you buy more.
Transaction complete.
Oh, I just need to unsocket it. I see. Okay, I don't know why I'd unsocket. Let me put it back in.
Something new to trade.
I can feel it from here, radiating, thrumming with a long dormant power. Who carved these small little citrines? Why do they appear to fit perfectly into the circlet, yet they were found separated? Oh, how I wish I had seen what you and Bargus had found within the vault.
Get your feet moving.
Oh.
We got a tunnel to blast open.
Oh, suddenly everything is opening up.
Good. Say, what do you think washed down that drain? Maybe it's treasure, or maybe it's monsters, and maybe those monsters have treasure.
I haven't begun exploring yet.
We will not tolerate a threat to our airship on this island, no matter where it may hide. Allies of the Arathi, prepare for battle.
There's too much game. I'm still going through like the quest leading in. Please.
At this draconic horror within its lair. A barrage of cannon fire will reveal its presence. Prepare yourselves.
I thought they're both opening at the same time. That feels like you're having to really make a choice there. I'm in no rush to run over and grab these things. We've a lot to uncover and learn.
Show me what you found.
Angola takes your hand in hers and examines the crystal-embedded circlet closely. Can you feel the energy humming through it? The circlet feels awake. Perhaps more secrets lie around the isle, waiting for you to uncover them. Dawn encouraged us to explore and learn about this isle. I've got my work cut out for me. Why don't you see what other secrets you can find? Other secrets hidden around the isle. You'll receive another one. Increasing its item level. The following spell will be cast. Gain the ability to find and unveil hidden treasures around the Siren Isle. The wind will passively guide you towards them. Ooh, a little more organic discovery than icons on a map, I hope. Now you can discover more mysteries hidden on the island. Seek, and you will find.
Treasures from far and wide.
Hang on, what do you mean?
Something new to trade.
Well, whatever it is hasn't been cast on me yet. I don't think.
And
Hey, Dom, what's up?
somehow Your path led to me.
These Bloodwake Vrykul have no regard for us or our research. Even when we tried to share our discoveries with them, we were attacked. They do not care that we mean the Isle no harm. They want us to leave. For the Vrykul, this is like, these are our ancestors kind of thing. But we cannot leave now. We have so much more to discover. Someone must show them that we are not going to go just yet. That they should leave us alone. We need to show them that we will fight back. Sure thing. Oh, and these drop bronze as well, so for everyone trying to collect the anniversary stuff, if you're still behind on it, seems like this place will give you a load of it.
Hurry.
Very nice.
On to your next adventure.
Daily or weekly? I'll check in a moment.
May your journey be safe.
The attacking Vicrul harness salt and brine elementals, turning them against their foes. Counter their assault, we can harness them as well. Use this rock reviver to unleash the elementals residing within nearby stones, transforming them into powerful allies. With their help, we can defeat this Vicrul threat. Sure thing.
Goodbye, my friend.
Now again,
we have
I read quest text, but that doesn't mean I'm going to read it on dailies when I've already done them. So don't worry about that front. It says repeatable and not weekly, so... No, that one's a weekly. That one's a daily. Judging by the time frame. Boy. It was a stale while unless I learned one of these. Did it? What do you got to say?
Hey, what's the good news?
The Siren crystal. It was making a racket this morning. Like a pot banging in my head. Still, it gave me some ideas.
Yeah, you've got a headache. But, what you making? We found you a whole kit and caboodle of crystals.
I'm boosting their energy. You can make some powerful artifacts with these babies.
You know what you should do? Make some explosives. Big bada booms.
I thought we were past this.
Did you know what was here before us, Didi? An Azeroth mine. Some Siren outfit.
Hey, I ain't looking to blow stuff up. I want a power source.
Huzzah.
A bunch of batteries.
We're growing goblins.
Okay, I get you. After all, what you got cooking could be really valuable.
I ain't in it for the money. I'm in it for the power.
I take it back.
Soon you'll have more power than you know what to do with.
Believe you me, I know what to do with it.
That's our Didi. No opposition on the genius switch.
Like almost a Dark Souls style here. Oh dear. I didn't see a goblin vendor for any transmoggy stuff like the others. You're just repairs and such.
Don't work too hard.
Hmm? And I just... Oh, right, okay. Nope. I did not choose this. I'm sure there's something tied to that later. Ah! It's fine. Track the hammer. Now with umbrella.
Game on table look fun. Skagit no want Jack to play. Maybe you can. Sneak in and put down a bet. See who wins.
Contribute to an event on the Siren Isle command map. Alright, so these will be the things that folks were trying to summon. Well, I say trying. Oh. Seems everybody wanted to grab those new gems. Spells and abilities have a chance to bathe an ally and restore it with water. That jumps to allies. And just spells and abilities have a chance to zap enemies, dealing nature damage. Ooh, I want that one at some point. I cannot contribute to one for now. I assume it needs a moment to reset. Get back to that later then. Sky Captain.
Guide your way, friend.
A veritable menagerie of dangerous creatures have attacked us since we set up our encampment. While my troops can manage most threats, some of the more powerful creatures may require your expertise. Scour the island. Eliminate any powerful entities that might jeopardize our operations here. Go kill 2 rares.
Beware the shadows.
Oh, we can do that. We can do that. What else have we got? One more over here. Oh, and then we should get that book from that library fella. See what that has.
We burn brightly together.
Imagine having the chance to accompany Sky Captain Elena Lanscat on such a grand adventure. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm going to write a book about this journey. I need to gather some historical information about the island. Perhaps you could collect any notes or documents you find. Anything might be useful to tell us about the history of this place. Sure.
If the shadows find you, call.
And they all give a bit of bronze as well. Okay, a lot of these appear to be dailies as well, so it is a big old daily island. Right, you. What is this ledger? I can write in it. I can read the scroll. Grab one of these. Then we get 20 candles.
The Empire's light will banish the darkness.
Don't know what all these do, but I'm very eager to find out. Oh, can add a page. Right, let's see. Right in the Cedricite's ledger. Oh! Hey, it's the thing we've got for the, for his thumbnail. Interesting. It's not a toy, though. You just... Why is... Why isn't it a toy if we can do this?
You are an outsider.
Just in case, I'm going to slap one in my inventory to save for later. And then we can read a scroll.
The Emperor's subjects.
Harmonizing with the sacred flame. Oh! In full prayer. Goodness me.
We will try.
Alright. I assume these aren't here for no reason. These are all usable items for something on this place. So maybe there'll be secrets to interact with on the Isle. We'll see what we can find over time. Alright, well then. Unless this thing resets in a moment, we're just going to have to get about and start exploring. Oh, I can now start contributing. This must happen pretty quickly. I'll click 1 for now.
Jack knew you could pick winner.
Thank you, Jack. What else have you got?
You, do that again. Could be good stuff we ain't seen yet. Get those caves open and see what's in there.
Contribute 10 times to events on the Siren Isle command map and complete 1 event by slaying a target. Do I have enough of the stuff? No, I do not. Understood. So, we need to just get out there. We've got a few more quests to gather as well. What time are we on? About 20 past. We'll gather the other quests and see about trying to get at least this set of dailies done. Now that we got that done. Got Ritual of Runes and then Peak Precision. Again, hopefully at least killing the rares on stuff get us our Titan disc fragments. Otherwise, another day of the week, we're going to have to go and make sure we get that story sorted too. Alright, before we press on, it's going to take a quick bio break, and then we'll go have an investigate of the place.
We got a tunnel to blast.
Oh my god.
This kaboom ought to be good.
So these are coming up real bloody quick, so I'm not too worried about missing them. Right, let me just typically type into the chat. Alrighty. Refill your beverage, stretch your legs. I'll be back with you in a few minutes. See you soon.
We will not tolerate a threat to our airship on this island, no matter where it may hide. Allies of the Arathi, prepare for battle. Our troops will strike at this draconic horror within its lair. A barrage of cannon fire will reveal its presence. Prepare yourselves.
And we're back. Thank you for your patience. Get wheeled in. Oh, chair, please. Alrighty then. Let's go have a look about. We head in the direction of this Uncovered Mysteries quest. It seems to be leading us there. I won't go... What's the word? Too in-depth just yet. We're going to have plenty of time to explore the Isle. Going to tide us over till the end of February. Oh, can do this as we go. Oh, it's on a cooldown, apparently. Some elites as well. Very timeless Isle feel. Depending on how tough they are. Chuck a few spells at one and see how we go. Alright, nothing to just dodge and avoid, just stuff that's hitting me. And interrupt. Nothing too crazy. Seems everything's going to drop the iron as we go as well. Come here. Rock friend. Hello. I think just fight with me, I guess. Do I get a full army of rock friends? Some research note. That adds a page to this journal. It doesn't tell me anything about the journal yet, but I imagine that's what the librarian will do over time. I just have 8 of these giant things walking around with me. Seems a bit silly. Light my lantern. What on earth does that mean? Fun to be seeing old enemies again. From what I understand as well, every week there will be different enemies about on the island. I don't know how that works with whatever the storm thing is. The other, what's the word? Kind of phase for the island. Might be different. These events seem to be spawning quite quickly. I assume then it's just how quickly players can actually get over and contribute. I imagine that won't be too difficult, especially when you think down the line, when this becomes old content and no longer current, that it will still be very doable for folks to get these ticked off a list. Oh, smaller pebbles. There we go. There'd be a treasure chest up that way.
It's too far away.
Ooh. Armored boar. More pets for hunters. The vengeance comes. There's that wind leading us inside. That's one of these rune chests. Bit of match free. I don't mind a bit of match free. Oh, I wished for more. Why is this invisible? Right, well that didn't work. Oh, right. There's the rune thing that we will gain for finishing the quest. A little tutorial in how we'll find more stuff, I'd wager. And we need to head over to the other side. Do that, I will stop by the middle. Need to keep an eye for more of those pages as well. just in case this middle set of quests is going to lead us in directions I don't have to retread ground straight away. Don't have huge amounts of time left. And these books can be found pretty much anywhere by the looks of it. We got here. Finished crumb leg.
Seen anything new?
I went to investigate a cave nearby. I came across some blood-wake Viku that were conjuring something. Something that activated my threat mitigation protocols. I calculate that if they complete their ritual, it would be disastrous for the island. Please assess the cave and stop their ritual before something terrible occurs. Sure. Inhild the Cursed. The crimes are so grotesque that the very name of Inhildre has been erased from all known records. Oh my.
Come back with new stories.
Except destroy summoning stones. Right, and that leads me up in that direction. You'll see what this quest is about first. Have a gander about. Ooh, an Ashvane issued work boots. Transmog? Well, I don't mind if I do. Property of the Ashvane Trading Company, a much sturdier than standard issue sailing boots. Not bad at all. Armor agnostic too, they're pretty nice boots for the stuff I tend to go for. Nice. Any Sprigjet.
I hear you.
Flying? It ain't for me. Sally Boltwrench wanted me to activate a bunch of surveying machines to monitor the wind currents. It's too rough up there, and the heights give me the heebie-jeebies. I get sick every time I try. Use the Go Pack to activate the machines for me. I'll owe you one. Sure.
Time's a-wasting.
The Go Pack being... Oh. Literal jetpack. Okay. Okay, yep. And then we glide. Alright, that helps us get around without flying. Shall we grab these then? Just a new island with stuff to do. Can't fault it so far. Again, I've liked how much story and leading we've had when these 0.7 patches can often have so little in the past. There we go. Just ridiculous goblin machinery sat about the place. Worth going over there right now. Potentially if those summoning runes are up here. Oh yep, there's one of the survey devices at the top as well. Tempest Crest. Cannon. Oh, I see you, game. Hang on a minute. Very good. Oh, God. Don't mind me, wyverns. I'm sorry. This is your home. I'm new here. Everything here drops this stuff.
Threat to our airship on this island, no matter where it may hide. Allies of the Arathi, prepare for battle. Our troops will strike at this draconic horror within its lair. A barrage of cannon fire will reveal its presence. Prepare yourselves.
suppose it's better these can come up whenever players want, rather than it being completely like on, you know, half an hour or an hour timer. The agency and activating them themselves will, I think, go over better with players. Although I expect then many will be like, well, I've done everything on the island. But I think having the agency about it's a better trade-off. It's alright being done with the game for a bit, playing other stuff. This little campsite. Nobody here? Hello? Lots of poop. Nothing else to see at the moment. Let's go and hand in this jet. I imagine they will then just give us this jetpack for use around the island. Oh, now a rare spawned. Wait. Damn. Give me it again.
It's still recharging.
Yeah, and without being able to fly, how quickly can other players get to these things? Ghost Maker. What a name for a bow. Ooh, red eyes as well. I'm sure that'll be popular for hunters. Assuming they can get away with taming it. It is a beast. Compelling banishment. Ah! Scumbag. Oh, and it's summoned ads. Ooh, that's that doing stuff to me. Get out of it. Oh, and again! That was a little unexpected. Stop, please. Oh, and it went out of its own aggro range. That's not fair, game. It pushed me that far. Right, we fight it facing away from the rock. Yeah, there we go. Now we can't be pushed about as far. It doesn't do enough damage. Yeah, and it just turns to face me, so it's not like a dodgeable thing. So as long as it only hits us in that direction, that's fine. Keep interrupting the side bet. We're just kind of in its butt. Or even so. There we go. Stuff. A lot of crests as well. Alright, next one is right below his feet. We'll head back to the goblin first, though. Oh, back at camp. Never mind. Oh! Didn't even notice. Hard to angle that. There we are. Okay, cursed lady. Always enjoyed these little class interaction things since they added them in Legion. Quite well, gives you a bit of uniqueness. Going around interacting with stuff rather than doing the standard hand over hand and fiddling with something. Ooh. You dare obstruct my entry into your world? Then you shall join me in mine. No, thank you. Don't want to be expulsed, please. There we go. Oh, I have to add individual pages, not just all at once. Three more. Still need to find one. Right, while I'm on this side, let's head up over in this direction. Just some drift.
wind is guiding me to. I assume after this we just gain the ability to have this wind come and do it throughout. There we go. Pop a few of these while we're here.
I need to target something first.
Alright, one more of those.
I need to get closer.
Vascular rupture. And nasty sounding bloody abilities. It's not a quest, what's this? Singing tablet. Oh, that's just taking us back to that so we can go, I assume, back to the that vault we found. I also heard there's a good amount of like underwater stuff about the place here. We've not really been directed in that way yet, but it'll be certainly worth exploring as we go.
Appreciate
It was a close call. Must stay alert and watch for other strange activities.
Journey onward.
Right, down this way.
Get your feet moving. We got a tunnel to blast open. This kaboom ought to be good.
How far? 3 minutes.
Say, what do you think washed down that drain? Maybe it's treasure, or maybe it's monsters, and maybe those monsters have
If we grab this one, maybe we can head over there in time. Oh, scout. Hello. Alright, that's all 3 of those. Head in the vague direction of whatever this thing is. Again, I can't imagine they are bosses so strong that they can't necessarily be soloed with enough gear. Though at the moment it's going to be quite busy with players, so I can't imagine that's a problem. It's a little caves. Stuff all over the place. And I never really did many island expeditions in the Battle for Azeroth days. Just because it was all related to gear. I didn't really feel the need, and it was all group content that I wasn't too interested in doing. Another poo cave. Very strange. Maybe some rares that spawn. The goblin's just carrying over piles of explosives. Let's have a brief look about while we wait. See if we can find another page, maybe. Ooh, all elite over here. Need to find a Brian monstrosity, whatever that is, as well.
It's too far away.
Get out. Ooh, warband gear. Well, that's going to be great for my disenchanter. Big yak. Also a beast. Another hunter option. They knock these down. Ow, so damage over time. Keep my heals up. No heals for you though. Oh, no interrupt. Oh no. There we are. You out of the way. Kaboom! This is one of 3 on this island, I believe. Oh, there's a rare behind us as well. Rave sludge.
I need to get closer.
Ah, poop on the floor. Congealed Colterian. Oh, that's not good. There's something that must have happened to the folks who were originally on the island. Eaten by this thing. Their graves are all under here. Some beasties as well. Ooh. Oh. Come here. Come at me. This cave's kind of filling up a little bit. Might be a bit. Okay, it's not staying permanently while the fight's up. Like that area near the start is no longer there. Ah.
No matter where it may hide. Allies of the Arathi, prepare for battle.
So just grab these over here while I'm.
This draconic horror within its lair. A barrage of cannon fire will reveal its presence. Prepare yourselves.
Getting flung about. Nice. That looked pretty disgusted. I'm glad you handled it instead of me. So that gave me a thunder gem for the ring, which I will take because, my goodness, give me the ability to zap. Can we go around and get to the other one? 2 minutes till open. Sure. And I assume that will just be something we do on a week. Continue pushing whatever meta achievements the place has. Still need to kill a few more of these. What's the other one I need to get? Rind Monstrosity. Also need to contribute to the events a little more. There is a third we haven't actually seen pop up yet.
It's too far away.
It's right, mage. Nobody saw you miss that frost orb. It's fine. Okay, so the Arathi are literally blowing that one open with airship fire. That last page. We see the Rin directing other players. That's interesting. The rare we killed did not give us Titan disc fragments though, which is a little annoying. Neither that big boss one nor the other. Singing thunder effects trigger from low allies. Nearby allies, so assumably that just works out in the world as well. And so, probably not one that we end up using. Oh, can you sense that power? I can feel it. Elemental fury is building, resonating with the crystal. I've dispatched a team of kobolds to evacuate the site and examine it firsthand. Assistance requested.
Well done.
Okay, so you're doing that.
Exemplary display. The cave is open. Troops, deploy.
And what's this one then? Oh, a dragon! Nerefor. It's like the one on the new starting island. Breath of Death. Don't stand in him. Tail thrash. Alright, we're doing dragon things. Stand to the sides. That's where the wing buffet happens. Oh, it's like old stuff. Love to see it. Have we had any mounts for this kind of dragon yet? 100% sure. Ah. Alright, not so undoable that I don't think it could be done solo. At the very least, when my paladin's geared at. And I just try and think for a year or two down the line, anyone new to the game wanting to come back and collect stuff or explore these areas.
how doable it can be. Not necessarily counting massively overgearing something. Like, you know, if you were just leveling and around this point, why not?
Reliable as always. The Empire appreciates stalwart
Anything else hidden in this room?
Our forces on high remain vigilant.
Nope. Alright. Another citrine. That's the Healy water one. Might as well. I hope that applies to myself. Right, we now need to get to this one, which opens in 52 seconds. Goblin thing. Oh, get off me. Need to find more transmog like those little boots that were about as well. I imagine there's something in this house. But we need to get down to the thing first. Get off me, wyvern. Always jetpack back up and have a look inside. Alright, they're not far from each other, these three sites then. Persistent bugger. Oh, the kobold's going for it. I think that might be my favourite. And this is a big Azerite golem. Stahlgnerock. Cavern is on the verge of collapse. Does that just mean the roof's gonna chuck things down on us, or there's a literal time limit? Look how quick that's coming up again. So as long as there's players about, you're gonna have access to these pretty much constantly.
Maybe it's monsters. Maybe those monsters have treasure.
Very simple weekly to get done then. The Lucifer goat tanking. Well done, goat. Here, have a heal. Find the boulders. Otherwise, it's fine. This seems the least dangerous of them all. Not that any of them were too dangerous. The thing chucking poison everywhere, at the very least, if you're not paying attention, that probably gets someone AFK done in. The dragon just did dragon stuff, which I love to see, even if it's not too dangerous. This thing was just kind of there. Seemingly nothing else in the cave either. What did we get? Mines when equipped, bit of expedition gear. More to disenchant. Right, let's quickly, before we go back to the main camp, want to investigate house. On the off chance there's more transmog hidden about in places. Find anything up here, Warlock? Oh, hello, hello, hello. Scholars of the Sea. Siren Isle synopsis. Now, in the Forbidden Reach, they had a load of these books from, like, Deathwing, I believe, that gave loads of little lore hints. The inside cover of the ledger features a delicately drawn map adorned with nautical imagery. Surrounding the map is the depiction of a female figure with an ornate band wrapped around her tail. Since the age of the first tide, we tide sages have chronicled the many islands dotting the open seas. Among them is the Siren Isle. How we first found the isle is disputed amongst our scholars. Some records claim the first tide sages discovered it by chance during our early voyages at sea. Others claim the legends of an isle with a haunting call were passed down from our ancestors and prompted our tide sages to search for it. Whatever the truth may be, a dense fog of mystery has long clung to that dreaded place. The isle has borne many names throughout our chronicles. The first recorded instance of the name Siren Isle dates back over 2,000 years in the compendium of Sister Gallopy. Early sea songs attribute the haunting call to the alluring song of the sirens that lurked in the shadows around the isle. Haven't seen any of those yet.
Early records also suggest that it was not only our ancestors who heard the siren song, but other seafaring races, as indicated by nearby shipwreck debris. The name Siren Song took root in the legend Cerise and the Ring. Although the story and sea shanties it inspired have evolved over time, the core legend tells of a great siren who led many to their deaths with her alluring voice and her enchanted ring. In the vault, it didn't really give us that vibe. Haunting echoing howl rises from the hillside. A feel of unease lingers on the air. Is that just signifying... Yeah, that's that Ghostmaker thing we fought. Although the island's namesake derives from the various legends of Cerise and the sirens found in its waters, the nature of the sirens and their connection to the isle remains a mystery. In several separate historical accounts, expedition survivors have reported a strange absence in the siren population on the isle, even as the wailing cry persisted on the wind. Even more curiously, during many of these same expeditions, a devastating storm rolled across the island and laid waste to our ships. It was only by the grace of the Tide Mother and the power of our sea priests that what few survivors remained were able to walk away from such a tempest. Did the sirens foresee the arrival of the storm? Did the haunting call somehow prelude the tempest? The relentless storms of the isle has long puzzled our tide sages. Tales of sirens, wailing screams, and spectral figures have fueled sea shanties and children's stories alike. Siren Isle stands as an enigma of malice, mystery, and misfortune for those who brave the open seas. Any seafarer worth their salt knows to steer clear of a siren's song. Called the Siren Isle is unlike any other. Due to the volatile nature and history of the island, it's long been counselled that all Kulturan vessels steer clear of the Siren Isle. For those who choose to forego this advisement, may the Tide Mother grant you swift passage. Additional excerpts from Sister Gallipy's compendium and other Siren Isle records can be found within the monastery archives. I wonder if you go back to that place in Battle for Azeroth, if that archive has indeed been updated with a book or two. Something to consider down the line. Let's bang a few more Vicryl on the nose, and then head ourselves back on over. That one just says to complete activities, so I imagine just fighting something won't do there. I need to find a rare. There's this little bit of platforming going on. Again, we might not be able to find stuff until we complete this quest and have the ability to uncover secrets, but it's worth having a nosy. At least until a rare pops, that should clear the activity. We're fine, just let us up and around. Okay, these count. Cap one more. So this blood magic. Admiration expressed. Vicryl are leaving. Now we can continue researching that crystal and its energies. Which unlocked another one? Special assignment. Storms are brewing. That's how we await the storm. I think we save the storm for tomorrow. Let me go and hand in all these first. Here you go, Sally. Thanks for helping out, Benny. You can borrow the Go Pack anytime you want.
Hey, that's it. I got mouth to feed, pal.
Check back in here anytime you need the Go Pack, so
I know I'll buy you when I see one.
should buy up a few of these then. By 10. That's 10 charges at a time. 100 of them. Aye, we're going to be using them a lot, I assume.
We will not tolerate a threat to our airship on this island, no matter.
I still have repentance on my bar, but I got rid of it for Zekfia.
Prepare for battle.
It's fine.
Our troops will strike at this draconic horror within
So
its
you're
lair.
the storm person. Let's move on.
Cannon fire will reveal its presence.
Stop.
Prepare yourselves.
I can actually contribute now, though. No, I can't. God damn it. Vargas, what have you got for me? Reading the runes. My curiosity is still not terminated. I would like to know more about these Vicryl and why they came to this land. Max's wiry brows knit together and his moustache bristles as he thinks. The tablets you found were by far the best source of information on the Vicryl and whoever this Cerise is. Perhaps there are additional tablets we missed. I have my ordained duties here, but please examine them. Report back to me.
Forge your own path.
I think I'll save that for more exploring tomorrow. So I'm just hitting about the 3-hour mark now. I don't want to overdo it. You've gathered so much valuable information. There are so many secrets to be uncovered here. I can't wait to start writing this book. But I need to come up with the perfect title first. Oh no, we'll never be reading it.
Walk in the light.
You sure? Can't tell me anything that you've discovered in all these books and things? There's still stuff with this ledger and things that are likely to be uncovered as we go along. I wonder if there's any unique fish here. I haven't seen a fishing spot yet, or at the very least I haven't been keeping an eye for it. Let's go and upgrade our rings item level as well while we're here.
Any new stories?
I am not one to promote violence as a solution. Sometimes force is the only option.
Hurry.
You've done well harnessing the elementals. I eagerly await further displays of your abilities.
Goodbye, my friend. We have much to learn.
What have you found? Another treasure, perhaps? Curious. Even as fragments, the pieces hum with energy. I wonder if... Angola presses the fragments together like a puzzle, squeezing them in her palm. After a moment, she opens her hand and reveals a neatly fused shard. It may be less intricately carved or ornate as the citrine you found in the vault. There is power here, even in a small stone like this. Oh. Okay. We've only just begun our exploration. It's time to answer the call to adventure. So do I... Yep. It goes from 639 to 642. My little goblin packs works for 30 minutes.
Show me what you found.
Get your feet moving. We got a tunnel to blast open.
Don't you interrupt my stay a while and listen, goblin. I love my stay a whiles and listen. I'm glad the game's had so many. I hope it's something we just see more and more of. You seem fascinated with those crystals. I was watching your process earlier. Is it about them that inspires you? We at the Goblins again had voiceover, but these don't seem to. This morning, I heard the Siren crystal sing to me, ringing with an intricate melody. Perhaps it was calling to the spark of the world soul within you. We've been searching the island to learn more. Your thoughts align with mine. If we found more of the smaller crystals, I could make enduring wonders. It's a shame the Kultirians didn't hear the same song. We found the remains of their mining camp. The culture didn't endure here. Nay, still another mystery to be solved is what happened truly here. Other than the fact they all died. Really? I haven't left the workshop. What have you found? Journals? Letters? Schematics? More mysteries. The culture practically vanished overnight. It's one of the crystal's biggest enigmas. I heard they were mining Azerite. I'm glad we have more reasonable designs. Have you spoken to the goblins yet? Now I have the inspiration for more intricate creations, lattices, orreries, mattresses. Spoken like a true Irvin. Greater should follow her heart. We'll find more of those smaller crystals for you. Oh, well, good on them working together. Rare spawned all the way over there. I'm assuming... Yeah, it might be a daily. Can I make it in time? Treat and wait. Oh, you can leave the storm place if it's too much for you. Interesting. feels like this rare one's a daily, so I'm just going to try and make my way over quick enough. Out of my way, but you scumbag. I haven't been dismounted like that for ages. The joys of skyriding made more apparent. Oh, it's a big old sea giant. Level 83 as well. Interesting. So it's a tougher one. Come on, get me back on my mount. Come here. Might be a little more tricky to solo then. Going for a nap. Well, there's a lot of folks about fighting it too. Pretty tanky. This bellow does a decent amount of damage. And the stomp. Unavoidable damage as well. And the bellow slows you, so you're more likely to get slapped by the stomp. Nice. Ooh. More warbound stuff. What was that? Singing thunder. No, I'm happy with the lightning bolt one, thank you very much. Where am I going to put all these gems, though? That's the problem. Not as bad as the Forbidden Reach ones, necessarily, but I imagine they're still going to fill up my inventory quite a bit. Need to get back to the camp so I can contribute before another one actually just gets kicked up again straight away. More of Gazlo's people here. The expedition's already making progress further in. It's nice to see. Oh. And the wind led us to just a chest with some bits in it. I'll take it. Still says event complete. When? When do I give... What's this other quest that's popped up as well? Starving Snapdragon Runt. This will be like the series of quests that... I think this is a daily thing. Snapdragon barely moves as you approach. It's clearly weak and seems much smaller than it should be. Perhaps Zekel's finger snap has something for sale that could help it get back upon its feet. Absolutely. Come on, little one. Do you have anything that could help a starving Snapdragon run? Food, huh? Yeah, I think I got an impatient Snapdragon snaps its jaws at Zekel's ankle. Whoa, whoa, wait your turn, buddy. Zekel taps on the ground in front of its snout with his stick, and the Snapdragon pulls back slightly with an irritated hiss. Here, take this meat. My buddy Blinky over there cooked it up. It's meat marinated override in Kaja Cola. Oh no. Not only is it tasty, but it should help the little guy get some energy back. These guys seem to love it, so I'm sure yours will too. Don't mind the colour. It's safe to consume. Mostly. Mostly. That doesn't fill me with confidence. Here you go, little... Ooh, that doesn't look good at all. Small Snapdragon voraciously tears into the morsel. It seems to be energised by both the meat and the caffeinated Kaja Cola the meat was soaked in. It looks up at you with gratitude in its eyes. It will remember you. Okay, so I imagine we just come back and feed it every day. Eventually becomes mount. And like Mechagon, I think we can get recolours of it. Though again, that's another zone. Just, I wasn't playing too much at the time, so I only did bits. I've got a bank full of bits from Mechagon, but I never went and pillaged all of its secrets. Fine work. I could use someone like you in my crew. Shame you weren't bored in Arathi. I mean, I'll still help.
The star shift seeks shelter.
And it gives a rep for all the different stuff from the expansion too. Let me contribute. I would like to. So, I don't believe I've got any of those crates. Do I have to contribute one to full before that happens? I'm not sure. More to learn. Just sell up our junk. Sell our old stuff too. Sell these old PvP potions. I'm not going to need those. Put those rings over there.
Have a good one.
How does this work then if I can't... Do they have to wait until a cave has been opened and sorted for that to then... I just want to know. It's not a weekly, so I don't need to do this now. I'm just, you know, it's 6 out of 10. It's doing me nothing. So if that cave opens, then maybe it becomes available again. I'd just like to understand how it works. Oh, and this one's here as well in the quest log. Wait for word from Khadgar. Again, it's letting you know, not just by visiting Khadgar, but in here as well, that it'll be some time, but it is on its way. Again, what about those Titan artifacts that were in Dalaran? Like the Eye of Azara and all that stuff. Where have they gone?
The comfort of the Empire at
How many of these do I have?
expedition prices.
Oh! Managed to mute before that sneeze took effect. Expensive to add all these up. I don't want to start spending it all immediately. Not just yet. But all this transmog is exactly what I'm after. Okay, now. Nope. We have to wait for the dragon to go down. Or maybe the crate of goods is just all the stuff that got added to our inventory. Would be a guess. Might as well allow me to just open up the wall bank and bob some stuff in. There haven't been any mining nodes on this island either, have there? Bit of a shame, but fair enough. I imagine they didn't want the hassle. There we go, more to be enchanted. Which conquest was I sat on this guy as well? Enough for one box, I think, that I could send to my druid. I have to remember to do that at another point. I need to yet. Oh, and contribute. Good, good, good. There we are. There you go, Jack. Sorted. That was pretty easy. Should do more. Right. Then I think tomorrow we will investigate the storm. And see what that has to offer. Some tougher stuff about the island, but overall, I like having some cinematic and leading story. I think there's a nice little bit to explore here. Secrets to uncover. Who knows over time what we'll find. Lots of transmogs to get. I'm pretty happy with that. And we still have the Kirin Tor quest in 3 weeks' time. Also, at some point, another Titan Disc quest, which I was very surprised that we have another one. With that said then, folks, thank you very much for watching. Excuse me, Goblin Dude, you just got immediately in my way. Hang on, I can't do that again. If you enjoyed yourselves, hit that like button for me. Help push the videos through the algorithm so more folks can come hang out, join us, share some games and stories. Those who come along live, and those who watch later, cheers for giving me your time. Subscribe for more content here on the channel. On the weekdays, we're at 9 AM UK time with World of Warcraft, 6 PM in the evening with other games. We'll be back this evening starting up another new indie game that released in February this year called Lysfanger, the Time Shift Warrior. We rewind time to summon like clones of ourselves to overpower encounters with a little army of ourselves. Very interested since the initial trailers for it. It's been in my backlog for a wee bit. And you can find playlists to everything else we've already played on the channel right here in that little playlist section. Binge to your heart's content. So until next time, folks, much love, take care,